What is up, everybody? It has been a long time since we have had a Corpse Talk live. Between being sick for fucking weeks, coughing my brains out, dying from it, and all the other shit in between. We haven't had a show since the end of actual, Jesus, probably February. We're back. We're back on track. The sickness is pretty much gone. I still got a little cough, but fuck it. We're doing it live. We're going to be going over the aftermath of GaryCon, the success of Breachers at the con, which I'm hella proud of and got some really good compliments on not only my game mastering, but the game itself, which makes me super happy to think I'm not swimming in the fucking void. Of course, we're going to be back next Wednesday with Breachers Living Wall for those who are interested in joining. Get your gate ticket now over on the merch site. And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a new first look review as we dive into Pirate Borg and the brand new Pirate Borg starter set. Thanks to Free League sending it to me. We'll have a little bit of more inside ball to talk about as well with Limathron and all the things they're doing. I might even have a few pictures of their booth if you've never seen it. It's fucking wild. Stay tuned. We'll get started here in just a minute. Grab yourself some coffee, something to drink. We'll dive into another episode of Corpse Talk Live. Be here back in a second, creeps. What is up, everybody? It has been a little while. We haven't been live in a month. Dude, this sickness, there was nothing like this sickness. It was fucking horrendous. I was so goddamn sick. I can't even begin to explain how fucking bad it was. Oh, I see our cables here. I have to keep this lit so we can keep growing this plant in here. Probably see the spider boy over here somewhere hiding if he comes out. Look, dude, this was a great convention. Let me just start by saying that. I'm gonna pull some pictures up. I didn't really take a lot of photos. I even brought this bad little thing to record. I recorded some stuff, but I was so busy working. Next time, I'm going to wear the camera on my hat or on the lapel piece so I can get more camera footage. But I was just getting my ass beat, dude. I mean, dude. So first off, my voice was not totally there. Like, I sounded like you heard me last, like on Monday, for all of GaryCon. And it was gruff. Very, very gruff. But I'm alive. We got through it. And then Kickstarter launched last Tuesday as well. So now we're going to that. We're going to talk a little bit about that today as well. What else can I tell you before we dive into things? Let me pull up these images for you guys. Hold on here. Where is my... I have to adjust the volume here because it's too loud for me and it's picking it up on the microphone. All right, so let me add these photos and let me bring them over. I got some really cool shit like to showcase. I got to play. I ran more games than played, right? Like way more games than played. But I got a lot of good feedback on Breachers. Really no negative criticisms, which for the first time of like running this hardcore to con, it was great. I've been running a lot with Breacher's Living Wall, which is slightly different. I only got into the showroom floor to look around for 1 fucking hour because every event I had was 12 to 5, or sorry, 1 to 5 or 12 to 4. And that 12 to 4 day, we ended like 20 minutes early, and I had to drive a mile back from the ski chalet where we were playing at a site down to where the event is, park quickly, and then go inside. It was daunting, to say the very least. So I want to pull up a couple of the pieces that I had from this. There's some really cool things that happened during the show. So let's start, because we're going to be talking about Pirate Borg, right? We're going to be talking about Pirate Borg. Let's start with that. Let's take a look at this booth. I'm going to pull up a bunch of photos. I'm going to put them over on our webpage, and then we'll dive over and take a look, including the video. All right, including the video. How am I going to show this movie to you guys? Can I pull it up in the player? I'll drop it in and play it. We'll just do it that way. So let's go over to the page and take a look at this. Pretty dope. I see some. Let's say hi to people too, by the way. Let me get rid of this for now. Let's pull up Chrome. Who's all here today? Hey, Kyle. How you doing, buddy? Nick's here. What's up? I think I saw a Dread as well. What's up, buddy? I saw your little doodles from being stuck at training. I can tell you that I still doodle, and you're going to see one of my doodles today when we're playing a game. So their entire booth is a fucking pirate ship now, with like art in the background for all of it. Sails. Behind that sail, there's a guy at the wheel, right? This is Tyler. He kind of runs like all of the organized play, handles the marketing, all that kind of stuff. You can see it goes all the way around. I think, I could be wrong, but I think there's a full version of this. It's even longer. But I have a movie of it too. So let me grab that. Let me pause our music. Let me pause the music. Let me pull up this video. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it and see if it'll... I'm just going to drag it in here and see how it plays. I think I dropped this. Turn it down. So, let's see if I can control that movie play a little bit. So, this thing is awesome. Like, the full pirate ship, so you can see it pans across, and there's a button he can hit, and he surprised me. So I didn't get to record it, right? And I've talked with the two gentlemen from Limithron a lot, and honestly, little surprising detail, a little thing, our buddy Drew from the show, from all the shows we've done, is this gentleman's GM for many years, because they were both in LA for a while. So check this out. So as it pans across, you can see all those little nooks with the lights that are like in there. Those all, when he hits a button, they all light up and go through this animated feature. Thanks, Nessie. Yes, I'm almost back to normal. I'm getting there. And you can see across the pirate ship and then the corner, all that lights up, and then the guy behind the mast also lights up. I wish I would have got to catch that. So this is their fucking booth. Awesome. Super awesome that is their booth, right? So let me delete this. And here's the best part. Let's talk about what this is. So GaryCon is running out of room. Like, they can only fit so many people at the resort. Like, there's not enough space for what is going on there. And so they keep finding ways to make the place larger, right? So I'm going to pull up Google Maps. In case someone ever wants to come to this, it is a great convention. And I think this was personally my best year at GaryCon. Like, this is the most fun I probably had Yadra, dude. It's a super dope booth. We're going to get into like their organized play and how they're handling that as well. A whole bunch of stuff with them. Just as a company, they're really hitting a lot of notes for me. That makes me very happy. So we're going to go to maps. And I'm going to pull up. Where's their maps here? Google Maps. Google Maps. I'm doing this so you can't see it. But I will get to it. What is it? Grand Geneva Resort and Spa. All right. We don't need this. This can go the fuck away. Okay. So check out this place. This is fucking nuts. Kelly. Oh, Kelly, they have so hit the wall, hon. So hit the wall. Like, I can't even explain. Oh, side note, Kelly. Check your Discord if you can. I don't know if you're home today or what. I'm going to send you a private message. This is pretty fun. You let me know. Let's see here. There you go, Kelly. Awesome seeing you too. It's been too long. Happy birthday to Andy too, if he sees this. My buddy Andy's birthday's today. I got to see him at con. I haven't seen him much. I'm so busy. I feel like I haven't seen most of my friends that are local. So, look at this place. Poor internet connection, Kyle. No. So, this is the Grand Geneva Resort. All right. All right. Is it mine? Now, I am in the green. We should be good today. And there was a YouTube issue last time. So, this is the resort. The main lodges that you're going to be in are this. Right? And there's a water park out back. But you can see if we zoom out, the main road into this place is all the way down here. And this is where you come in off of the expressway. So the resort is, I'm not fucking around. The resort is like all of this. It's all of this. For many years, I don't know if you guys, can you see my mouse move? That's the real question right now. I don't know if you can see my mouse move. All right, well, this area that's highlighting and flashing, right? On the screen right now. So I know you can at least see this. This was the main area, this building. Parking is a nightmare. It would get so full that we would have to go all the way down here to the old airport, because this is a fucking airfield. And we'd have to go down, park over here. This year, they added the ski chalet. This is a ski area. This is all skiing, right? The scooter tours and rentals is there, but this is a ski chalet. And these are the routes out of it. So we had to drive a mile out, and I had to run one day there. But here's the best part. And I feel like I took pictures of this. Maybe it's on my camera. Let me look here. I feel like I took pictures of this. But let me clarify. After a whole bunch of finagling and things going wrong, ended up staying with a buddy of mine, which is great. And you follow this main thoroughfare all the way down, and then there's this place. And they've always ran games here, but this is an indoor water park. Right. But instead of running the water park, they put gaming around the entire indoor pool area. So guess what's in the middle on like the island in the water park? Fucking Pirate Borg. Look, here's an image. So you walk in this way. This is the main area in, right? And this is all water. But if you follow around here, there's a back section that's here. And that little pavilion in the back there, that's where Pirate Borg was. And they had like D20s and pirate ships floating through the water. And probably 60 tables all the way around the outside. This is also the best place I've ever got to run a game. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's a water park. And all the fact to do with it, it's so tall. I can hear my fucking table next to another table. Hands down, the best experience for running a game, short of the Mecca maybe, back during Gen Con in Milwaukee, when it was at, well, it's the Baird Center now, but the Mecca was there. And you had curtains that covered each one of your areas. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, insanity. It is Nessie. Absolute insanity and absolutely amazing. So Pirate Borg is in this nestled area that from now on, this is just how it should be every fucking time. Because a bunch of people there for GaryCon could be swimming and stuff there. But you know what's better? Running games there. And the humidity for me was perfect because this was my first 2 games and my voice was still kind of crackly. And Nessie, I was doing the cough drops and the hot tea every morning. I would slam coffee, make hot tea, put 2 cough drops in the bottom, and go from there. Right? And so like when I'm doing this, I was like, man, I thought it was gonna suck. I was upset that I was in there, to be for clarity. But by the end, I was so fucking excited that I was in there. I can't even explain how fucking amazing it was. So we're in here for it, right? So now that we've seen this, let's see if I can go back to the ski chalet and show you. Let's see if we can get in here. Do they have... So like this is the place in winter, right? For skiing. To give you an idea. Okay? But here is the ski chalet. And this is the lobby entrance. We go in there. I don't know if they have pictures in here. Right? But we are up in this section. And this section, the echo was so loud for my 3rd day. And one of Jay Sonia friends, Zach, that I've never got to meet in person, Zach Bauer, which, the irony, I thought it was Eric Bauer's family. I asked him earlier, I was like, no, these are none of my family members. Still ended up being someone I knew. And it was Zach who helps Jay from Storm Bunny Studios do a bunch of stuff. And so that was fucking awesome. He was there running Bloodlines and Black Magic. I finally got to run him and his family and a random gentleman that I met before. Wonderful. Got to run another Breachers game. Great. So this is where the other ones were, right? The last game I had was downstairs, inside of here, in the forum. The forum is, I think, this backside. Like, so, I got to play Blood in the Clock Tower in this room, right? So this is kind of what the event space looks like. Can we tour through here? Dude, that would be so cool. So that's the I wonder, wow, that's really cool. I didn't know they had indoor photos of this submitted. Hold on, man. Let's hit this. Is there photos here? Latest. Perfect. Perfect. So game time, to give you an idea of what this place looks like. Right? Just so you can see kind of like the space. And it's used for a lot of stuff. Right? Super cool. So, really fun. Got to go through it all. Yeah, it did help. I've done it. My grandfather used to tell me to put my cough drops in there because they last longer. because he was a perpetual smoker who quit, but he had a cough that just sometimes would linger. I forgot that he told me that, and you reminded me. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. It makes it last longer. It's genius, Nessie. So, really fun, great fucking convention. Like, it was, I've kind of thought about not going back a couple times because it's become a celebrity con, but this year really was good. And, so for all of you who know, I got jumped to Gen Con this year, and I broke my rings. This is probably the next thing I'll do. I broke my rings. And the event was awesome. I had to meet a bunch of people. Everything was awesome. But John, if you don't know the ring guy, John Popson, I think I said his last name right, really cool. He fixed those rings that I had flattened fighting that guy, and he even buffed them enough to where they're readable again. So this is the Orcus ring, right? This is last year's GaryCon. You can see inside the rod of Orcus. Really cool. So we have that one. He fixed my Beholder ring, which was also flattened in that fight. Right? And he tried to polish it for memory, so we got that one back. Pretty cool. Ooh, this finger's tight today. Weird. Well, I'll put it on this finger. This finger is thinner. So, anyway, right? Then I got my big ring from him, which is well, I'll just show you. This is one of the original rings. And this is the skull ring that they did. And the inside of it, and a life well played. Right? Okay. I got this one back. So now I have that ring. But this year's, I got a pinky ring. And it is the Demigorgon ring. GaryCon, right? Demigorgon along the side. This is the back shot. The other side, right? And then the bottom, life well played. Inside, I don't know if I can get this to show it. Let me flip it over. Inside, there are the images of the Demigorgon along the sides. Like that, right? So, now, my pinky ring. We're getting there, boys and girls. The only one I don't have is the Illithid, but I wasn't, the bulkiness of the Illithid bothered me. So now I got my rings back, right? Pretty cool. Pretty fucking excited. So, they all live on here, right? So take them all off, put them back. But I got these fixed. John was nice enough. He fixed them for me. I'm super happy. I love the new pinky one. This bitch is sharp. I get in a fight again. I thought the Orcus ring did damage. This one is going to tear some apart. So, that's that. I got those fixed. So now, that was like day one. I handed them to him. We got them fixed. It was super cool. John's like, don't worry. I got you. We'll get it fixed. So, let's do this in order. The swag bag this year. So this is the bag for GaryCon. So now I got a nice bag. I'm throwing it back in my car. There was a lot of stuff in here, but my people who let me stay with them, I had a lot of the copies from doing reviews. It was a lot of Free League stuff. Whoops. Free League stuff. A bunch of stuff that I own. So I want to do that. So, we get West Ride. The West Riding Revisited. I'm going to pull out of this the train tokens for running tabletop. I'll probably never run the game, right? But if there's train tokens in here, that's really good for me. Okay, that's one. This I'm excited for. I love dungeon tiles. Whoops, wrong way. So there's going to be dungeon tiles in this. This is the back. So you can kind of see all the stuff that's in it. Fold out maps, everything else, monster cards, all that. Really good extra stuff. This is part of the GM kit. There were 4 adventures, 3 other books that I gave to them. It was like Blade Runner, a Frog God Games thing I had, and a bunch of other stuff, right? Then there's the Lost Lands map, and I'm not sure why this is in here, but there's a world map, right? So I got to figure out what this is for. I haven't looked into it yet. Then there is... I actually really like this cover. The 5th edition fantasy number 26 Against the Thieves Guild. Look at this retro glimmery gold piece, right? The back says 5th edition fantasy is here. This adventure module is fully compatible 5th edition for the world's finest for the world's first fantasy RPG and is ready to play in your home campaign. The heroes are tasked with retrieving magical lockbox and its contents secured in an underground vault secluded in the ruins of a nearby city. Sounds like a straightforward heist operation, but the heroes not only blunder into a cunningly designed trap-filled corridors and room, but become embroiled in a century-old rivalry between master thieves. Assuming they survive the death traps, their heroes will still need to deduce how to open the enchanted lockbox to claim their prize. Against the Thieves Guild is an adventure for 4 to 6 4th-level characters. The adventure is a dungeon crawl through a trap-laden vault. The adventure can be easily dropped into the GM's own campaign world. Now, this is Goodman Games. When you're against 2 master thieves and you're only 4th level, I don't think you're going to win. I think this is part of my problem with D&D in general right now. Master thieves. Shouldn't we be like 10th level in this game? Well, no one wants to put out a 10th level module because of the amount of work. But I do like it. The inside is all black and white, right? Is there any good art in this one? Yeah, there is. There's some of this like classic old art in it, which is really coming back right now. Super cool. I love this though. All right. That's 2 things down, 3 things down, 4 things down. Then Deathbringer has their little advanced beginner template to run his game in here. I know his Kickstarter is coming this year. I didn't own this. I'm actually pretty happy this was in here. On top of that, we have Elemental Storm Free Adventure. Let the Storm Rage On. This is from Roll for Combat for Shadow Dark. Let me get a cough out here. This adventure and monsters are part of the Battle Zoo Secret Tomes for Shadow Dark by Roll for Combat. These new Shadow Dark volumes will plunge your Shadow Dark campaigns into deeper, deadlier darkness, unleashing hundreds of award-winning monsters, brutal new play options, and new rules. Each standalone book features a distinct theme. The zine contains a sample adventure and monsters from Battle's Bestiary, Elemental Storm, which contains over 150 new monsters from different elements, full of innovative abilities and detailed lore to enrich your Shadow Dark team and challenge your players with something new. In addition, each book contains 5 new classes, dozens of new tables that allow you to craft weapons, potions, magical items, and more from monsters and much more. You can find these books and more at battlezoo.com. We were using their PF2 version when we were running Authority Superstitions. It was a little complex. We ran into some problems, but I do love the art that they added into this. This is just hella fun. I don't know about you guys, but like, I love really detailed art and like beautifully painted, but I'm kind of really digging this like OSE, OSR Essentials art. Another really cool piece. Then we got Cthulhu, Scritch Scratch, What Terrors Lurk Within the Gloomy Woodlands Surrounding a Sleepy English Village. A modern-day Call of Cthulhu scenario for 2 to 6 players. This is by Lynn Hardy and Friends for Chaosium. This has got that cool matte finish to it. This one is for 2 to 6 players. Scritch Scratch can be played in 1 or 2 sessions, set in the modern day in a quiet valley somewhere in the north of England. This adventure concerns the demise of an age-old tradition in a quaint village of Muscovy and the consequences of forgetting the old ways. You got to pay your dues, baby. You can't just go into a village and not pay your dues. You have to pay your dues. Muscovy has never not had a rat catcher. Old Girton has been carrying on the tradition in the village, but recently he was involved in an accident, and is now hospitalized with old Gertney away, who will ensure the rat population is kept in check. 6 pre-generated investigators are provided. Oh, that's fucking cool. For use of the scenario, which is a great introduction to Call of Cthulhu. I have not looked at this yet. Again, all black and white, but it's got some really fun art in it. And so you got a bunch of pre-gens in here and everything else on the back. Really cool. Again, another free adventure. Something that came, and this is the GM kit, right? This is for the GMs. On top of that, there was a GaryCon special offer for Back the Lich Seed Trilogy. I don't know anything about this. If you want to take a picture of the screen. There you go. Go check it out. I don't know what it is. This is there too. I'll take a look at that. That brings us to Limithron, the creators of Pirate Borg. And for those who don't know, I just got done doing maps for... I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet. So I haven't been. I really need to ask them if I can talk about it. But it is a mothership-inspired... I'll catch up later. Good to see CT again. Thank you, Nessie. Have a good one. Mothership-inspired version of like mountain climbing stuff. And I got to do those side maps, which I've shown those off. Inside this threefold, Limithron, the same thing. Really cool one-shot adventure. That brought me to not having time to get to the booth, but seeing Tyler everywhere. And I was like, yo, dude, can we talk about doing some stuff together? I'd love to do a review. I have some time in April. Can we do a Pirate Borg thing? So I'm going to be going through and reviewing all the Pirate Borg stuff throughout April. And then we're starting that today. I can't open this bitch. This thing is like glued fucking shut. All right, you son of a bitch. So there's a mini in here I want to show you because it's fucking awesome. Got it. This is from a company called Fallen Dominion. Is this glued in? I don't want to break her. All right, there's like tacky stuff on it. Oh, that's... Can I roll this off? I can. All right, good. I love this model, and it's very good for some of the new stuff that I'm getting ready to run. Specifically for our Athantia game. Because tell me if this Tentacle Queen thing does not look like she came straight out of the aberrational horrors of Athantia. So, this is in here. I love this mini. I think it's super cool. I'm going to prime it, paint it here as kind of like my break time here over the next couple weeks. And I'll have to wait till next week because I'm planning the gala right now with some other people from the co-op. And then the last thing in here, before we get into the cool stuff, let me put all this back in. Or not cool stuff. A cool thing. The coolest thing. I'm going to put this... Oh, and there's, of course, a lanyard. But I didn't use it. I have a badge holder. I like badge holders because I keep cards in it when people give them to me and shit like that. So... And I did get a board game called Woodcraft. I'll never play this. But there's tokens. So we yank the tokens out and get the tokens. Now, let's throw this shit aside. It's back in here. I did like the bag too. That bag, that one I just showed you, had a cup holders in it. The other thing I got was a Icons of the Realms, and I haven't opened it yet. I really want this Remoraz because it is part of the Breachers game right now as a Remoraz for my Anvil 1. I haven't opened it. So, I cut it. Let's see what we get. Nah, I did not get the Remoraz. I did get something kind of cool, though. This actually, this is... Wow. D&D, maybe you should only make toys. You know, like your parent company. It's a full adventure party. I don't know what this one is. Hold on here. Is that a Dretch? That is a Dretch. And is this a mummy? What is this? No demonic. What is this from? It's not even on here. So there's a Null Demonic, a Hobgoblin Warrior, a Helm. Okay, so check this out. This is what I got. This is the Null Demonic. Right? I'm going to try to keep and just hot swap. A Dretch. Not the best paint job, but I like the model. This is a Bugbear Warrior, which I do love bugbears. They're some of my favorite things. Kind of cool. But this I will use. This is a Direwolf. I love direwolves. So this was in a swag bag. So I get through all this stuff. I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking cool. These are good swag pieces. What a great support. They announced also that the Gygax family and GaryCon and Wizards of the Coast are finally going to be working together again. And I think this is a start of what we're seeing as a regime change for Wizards. Now, do I think that this is going to undo the damages of Wizards of the Coast? Absolutely fucking not. Do I think it's a good step forward with whatever they're trying to do? Sure, if they do it right. I'm hoping for them, but I won't expect anything awesome. GaryCon, though, provided, I don't know if it was like the X amount of GMs who signed up for so many events or what. They made a custom piece for the GMs. Are you ready for this? This is the coolest GM gift I've ever gotten. The cool 07 mat that Jay did was really cool. I still use that as a travel mouse pad. Has like the skull on it. I love that. I use it all the time. It's in my bag. They are finally, they're dope. It is signed. There is an announcement for it. Like, hold on here. I'll pull it up before I show this. You ready? I think it's for Greyhawk. Here, yeah, that's what it is. Check it out. No, they're fucking them. They're not even courting them. Hey, look, there's ads. We notice you have ad thing. Gygax is finally returning to D&D for more Greyhawk because the family basically built that part. Like, they built the concept of Greyhawk. So, we're the two that can fix this. Danny Iob, Dungeons & Dragons head of franchising, said during a press conference at GaryCon 2026, they talked about it, and they're going to, like, Manganiello is going to be involved, Luke Gygax, and they're finally doing what they need to do. They lost. Not only did they lose their pants, dude. Not only, Nick, did they lose their pants. They buckled and listened finally, and I want to point out that it is called 5.5, not 2024. What we asked for from the beginning, what they trained us on with D&D 3.0 to 3.5. I'm just fucking saying. They buckled. Right? They buckled. There's a whole piece here. I have not watched this yet. I heard about it. It's 48 minutes long. We're not going to do it. I will put it in chat for those who want to take a look at it. So hold on here. Let me drop in chat. Sure, YouTube, I'll sign back in for you. I'll sign in. Don't you fucking worry. I'll sign in for you. Why would I do anything but that, even though I'm already using you like the dirty, dirty little whore you are? So, fucking YouTube. GaryCon, WotC announcement. There you go. If anyone wants to watch that during the work hours or whatever, you want to learn what the fuck's going on, there you go. It's there. Now, cool. They announced it. I don't personally care. That's what it's about. There's a whole bunch of rundown for it. It's really cool. I'm glad they did it. It was needed. Still, this is cooler. GaryCon, and they did a good thing. They had custom things made for the GMs. I've been there since the funeral. Are you ready? I'm serious. This is fucking amazing. Right? That's a Demigorgon on it. You can see the different people that they're fighting. And the backside says Con. Right? Right? Now, inside is this. It's got the Demigorgon, the ape one here. This side has got them fighting on the players that are fighting stuff, classic art. Now, it is also a full GM screen with extra tabs. Look at this. You think I'm not gonna fucking use this thing? It's so well made. It's heavy duty as fuck. How awesome is that? It's so, I don't know, man. I feel like they knocked this out of the park. And like normally I don't like branded stuff because I'm gonna make a Breacher one, but this is really good. No, it's leather. It's fucking leather. And like I didn't carry it around at con because I was promoting Breachers and I had a different setup. Because my whole table had like the zines and everything else, but like this is amazing. I mean, I think they only gave out like 40 or 50 to the GMs. I don't know how they decided. If it was like for a sign up, how long you've been going. I don't know. But I told Luke, you know, this is awesome. Thank you. Really fucking cool. That's a piece. And I've been talking about getting a new GM screen. But that's just magical. Now, because all my times were so crazy, the photos that you saw over here of me getting in, right? These. That is the only time I made it into the hall, and that was on Saturday. So I stopped by Smuggler's Coffee. They had really cool new ceramic mugs. They were out by the time I got there. He's a big D-Lance fan, so I got myself a D-Lance one. Thank you, Dave. We did our annual shot of Malort. Also, since I ran 4 Shadow Dart games and Breachers, the new Shadow League is going on. Thanks again to Nick for pointing out that they're recording that stuff. I got my Shadow patch. Right? For Arcane Library. And it is set up to be Velcro. So I got this, which is cool. Awesome Arcane Library is doing that. I have a couple of photos. So let's check out some more photos, right? All right, so I ran 4 games, 2 panels, 1 off-clock game I ran for second chances. I TPK'd a party that asked me if I'd run second chances. I ran that. Did I get your patch? You only get a patch if you run games. And why didn't you tell me? I would have got one for you. Nick, why didn't you text me? I'll see them again in like 2 weeks. I'll get one for you. I already have one, but I'll ask. So anyway, because you run online. I ran games. I did take some photos. And I'm trying a new mapping method. This was the last game I did. I'll get one for you. So I ran Anvil Run. I did Return to the Anvil. This was the party. I had tents for everybody at the table. Right? Little table tents. But I don't like drawing out every room of a map. Because you don't know what's going on. So I went back to my video game roots, 5-room dungeon roots, and I started drawing the dungeons out in a line with connecting paths. And if there's connections afterwards, I would mark the tunnels to go through. And if a room was important, this is facing them, by the way, like this is. I drew the hexagon maps you find in Veins of the Earth, where it's a hexagon, and a line goes across top and bottom. Like, actually, let's see if I can find Veins of the Earth map. I've talked about this before. Is there one in here? I don't know if they have it. Yeah, here it is. So in Veins of the Earth, this is the idea of a room where you put a diamond, you put a top and the bottom, and then you draw northeast, southwest, up, down. So I was doing this to show them how it works, right? This is the connection map with ups and downs. And I was like, fucking, why am I not using this? So I started doing rooms. This worked so goddamn well. I can't even tell you. Like, it really, really worked well. Here is a larger version of this for the con. pan back a little bit, and you can see, like, this is the map I was using that I had drawn. Full table, timer here. I also see this die back here in the corner. I had not once, twice, but 3 times people pull out a clock to try to time the torches. And notice I have 2 torches. I reset the timer when the new torch is going, but I keep the timer for the other one so it can burn it. Like, I like having the multiple timers, especially when parties split. I say if parties are split, you're allowed to have 2 torches, and I keep 2 different timers. But what I've been doing is rolling a d20 and subtracting that time from the torch timer, especially if there's water in the area, wind, any of that stuff. Any of that stuff, right? And it makes a huge difference because I can't track the time. And if someone wants to check the torch, I always tell them this. If we are not in combat and the torch is getting rough and we're not in a stressful situation, I'll let you know the torch is sputtering. And you can make a decision. And they're like, well, when are you going to tell us the torch is sputtering? I'm like, when I say it's sputtering. In the background, I roll 2d6, and then I let them know when the torch is sputtering within that many minutes, right? Or I'll let them know based on when I deducted off, but I let them know it's sputtering. In combat, they only know their torchlight is going bad if they take either their move or their action to check it. That is my house rule. There's tons of people here on the last day. Went amazing. The gentleman over here, where you see this guy up here, first convention ever, loved Shadowdark, has been playing with this group. Got to the right, ex-military, he is the dungeon chef. He even got the Crimson Souffle. He was a surveyor in the military and did maps. I've done very similar work. Super cool talking to him. The gentleman to the clockwise, to the upper left of the screen, he's played a lot, but his girlfriend is next to her, and this is her first con. And she's like, this is the most invested in a game I've ever been. This is so fun. And I was doing all the dials for stress that I do. It went great. So that was that game. And then on Sunday, after we closed down, we went to dinner, and my buddy, David Benavidez, another Iron GM that was there, ran us in a game of Shadowdark. I actually, and I gave him my screen to use, actually got to play a game. Gentleman on the left is an artist. Gentleman on the right, that there, that's Lou Agresta. And his kid's right next to him. I got to stay with Lou and his kid Malcolm and play games and just have fun and catch up. I haven't seen him in so long. And the gentleman with his fingers out, he is a friend of the 3, David, Chet, and then the gentleman here. I think his name was Jeff, if I remember correctly. Then we had another guy who joined later. So I got to play in Shadowdark. Now. Remember how I said I did a sketch? So I'm playing a pit fighter. We close these out. I'm playing a pit fighter. He lost a bet in the arena. I wanted something fun. Did I win or bet or lose? I lost. And I got a tattoo on my half-orc's chest that says, my mom is your mom. Because I'm a half-orc. So that was his chest tattoo. And David had only run Shadowdark a few times, but he's like, I never realized how much you can randomly roll everything in Shadowdark just using that core book. He's like, this is so fucking cool. And he had a really good experience running it. We all got to play it. I got a bastard sword that throws and returns. So I kept it on here. If we ever play again, I'm going to pull him back out. I played him as a rough and tumble arena guy that makes fun of people and gives them a hard time until they give him a hard time back. Once he does, you kind of earn the respect of that guy because he's an arena fighter. I had a blast. It was nice to be able to play that night. So that's basically everything. What else can I tell you? Before we get into the next part of the show. Oh, thanks, dude. The hand-drawn map. Yeah, I'm really happy. Have you not seen it, Nick? Have you not seen my hand-drawn map stuff? Hold on. Hold it. I'll show you. So, I've been buying. I've switched all my journals over, short of ones that go into the Dories, into the Electrum 1917s, right? Into these, and this is my big one. Ben Milton from Nave has talked about wanting to use big. He uses big ones for spreads, and I have a big one. I was using a sketchbook. So part of my process, you know, honestly, hold on. I'll just show you. We're in it. I might as well show you what's going on, right? Let me show you. All right. Let me grab. And I'll pull up this camera. All right. Let me get camera direction. Tilt it just a little bit. Should be able to get most of it. Let me zoom out a touch. There you go. That's good enough, right? You guys can see that pretty well. So the way I do this is I wrote down the name of the encounter and what I'm doing. I have a start here note that says there's a 3 in 6 chance that a large anvil in the forge is tipped, someone trying to take it, causing the water to fill all the rooms. There's a chance this place is flooded when you start. I have the breacher names that are here that are important. I kind of write them out. This is where Selfix came from, for those who don't know, the original Anvil run. I have an encounter table, 2 surviving breachers, a missing breacher guild book, lost treasure, 5 dead, collapsing floor and ceiling in a room, bodies that get animated by the crimson mold, a wandering merchant, that's the tarantula merchant that we've had, which is this gentleman here, for those who don't remember him, right? Oops, wrong way. Tarantula merchant, I need to paint him. This gentleman, and then the Remoraz is one of the big bodies. There are normal encounters, not just, this is like overall encounters. These are if I need a random encounter, which is Initiate Breachers, Myconid Wanderers, Rot Flowers, Sleeping Dead, Sahagin Merchant, Animated Armor, Crimson Mold, and Ropers. And I have that set up for this. But they are involved in a way that I have notes. Every time I play a new game, I take a sheet of notes, right? So you start here and go through. Spiral staircase goes down. You go through a flooded area, up and around. And the point of this is it's dual playable. You play it once as a gauntlet, and yet that's how you come out the other side and become a breacher. Around 3rd level, you're supposed to come back and save breachers when things have went wrong. There's like Ankeg armor, and every time I add something, I just write to this. So when I go to put it in layout, I have everything in one spot, right? The other one I have is Dirty Deeds. Full start here, journey for horizontal, for how to get there. Talking about a travel wizard, a ruined site. And then this is the map for that. So you can see, if I move it over, you enter here. This is all like the face of a cliff inside, and it's a broken area, and there's a huge story behind this. You can even see like where the ball is shot across and locked, the one that is here, and you're dealing with a transmuter here. So I've been doing this. I've been using this one for it, and I love it. I love doing it this way, and every time I play it again, I take notes. Things that I've added. Like I rolled Medieval 3, Fantasy 5, Secret 12, and that's what I've been running for these last couple. And that's how I've been taking my notes. And it works so well. And if I need to, because it's so big, there's the big journal in the back to add more, which I haven't had to use for him, right? Super cool, though. So that's what this is. That's how I have been running my games in person. But thank you, Nick. I'm glad you like them. I love drawing them. I did cartography for a long time. It's nice to kind of be back in it. And that's what that is. I sold all 40 copies I brought. I even sold the table copy. I am officially out of printed ones, which means after the gala and after my game on Sunday, I'm going to start printing new ones. So if you want Breacher books and you haven't gotten one, there's a new batch that's going to be getting printed. Kyle, if you're still here, I got your patch back while I was out of town. It was shipped back to my house by the post office. So this is the third one. So I went to the post office, talked to them. They said they don't know what's going on. They said it was shipped back to me by Indiana, by the Indianapolis post office area. So I am going to put it together, put it in a different package, and ship it with some of the recipe cards. I'm going to randomly draw one and send it to you this week, because that's fucking ridiculous. That means for the third time, no, this will be the fourth sent, the eighth time the post office is fucked up sending a postcard. How? I know, Kyle. How do you do that? How do you fuck that up? Anyway, this worked really well. I'm probably going to talk about this in the game. Oh, also, a little tip. When you run at a convention, instead of bringing a bunch of minis, I brought necro molds. I don't think I'll ever go away from that. It always hits off well. Always hits off well. See how there's D12s? Because not many people use D12s, I tell everybody, unless you're a barbarian or someone who uses D12s, grab your D12. That is your character for the game. Because here's why. I said use the one from your main dice set. Because I can look at their dice set and tell which character is there. Right? It's kind of smart. It's kind of smart. Like, use the D12 from the set you're currently using so I can tell whose character's who. So that's why you see D12s all over it. And my mom is your mom. Love this character now. Pirate Borg, all really fun. Super fun stuff. So, we do have some other stuff to talk about. The biggest one I want to talk about, since Nick is here, I haven't had a chance to discuss this. They put out the first, are you calling this the Stingbat zine? Stingbat zine is now out. If you don't know what it is, I'm going to take this over and take a look. I'm going to review this here coming up, but I want to read this one before I review it. Right? I'm excited for this. I think it looks really cool. Nick did all the layout on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. So we're going to pan through it really quick before we go into our next piece. It's not a huge zine. It's 28 pages. I figured, fuck it. Friend of the show, let's take a look. And I can ask questions. All right, so if you haven't gotten it yet, you can go over to the itch.io page. I'm going to put it in our chat. Go download your copy. It is free, motherfuckers. It's free. Nick, if you, when you do this, let me know. The next one, I would love to be a part. I do an entry, add something to it, write something up for it. You let me know. Right? You let me know. I would love to see that happen. So you can download it here. Really cool. Speaking of contributors, I want to thank the following people for the contributions. Matt SC Matt Bruner, Nick, which is Cree, Gage, Matthias, JP, Lauren, and Jody. Right? Super fucking cool. Really nice stuff. I love this. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's included. There's a regular version and a spread. That's what we're talking about. I'm going to print a copy for myself. If we have, Nick, if you have the one with the bleeds and cut stuff ready, if you ever want to send that to me, I want to print a copy to add to my collection. Right? Because it's not in print yet. I want to print my own. So you can give me with the margins and stuff, I'll print a copy. I want to see what it looks like and how it turns out. With that, let's go over to Acrobat. AKA, fuck you, Acrobat. We're done professionally. I have actually separated myself from those motherfucking monsters. And I have been using Foxit Editor Suite. And it has been a gem. It is so good. For example, Ready? I click view. Can you guys see that? You can't see the drop down, can you? Can you see the drop down when I click it? You might be able. No, I have it cropped. So anyway, there's an area to click the way you want to look at the fucking thing. Single page, scrolling, and guess what? I have scrolling on. I have 2 other PDFs open, and we're gonna watch how this thing doesn't die. First thing first, I fucking adore this. I love the AA to make the mosquito head. And break those Adobe chains. Yeah, fuck you, Adobe. Fuck you. Fuck your charges. Fuck what you've done. Foxit is $5 a month. It has already done more than you. I'm sure you got some little things that you can do, but until you realize that your people don't love what you're doing, you can fucking blow me. Fuck you. All my friends are stuck with it. I get it. It's very hard to separate. So, Volume 0. I love the speech bubble. Morsels of Shadow Dog. Nick Knackery. This art is amazing. Nick, do you know who did this art? I love this. The light is always lit in Torchwick. Sting Bats. Everything is here. Cover illustration. Village by Frederick Wilton. Litchfield Stockdale. Sting Bats is an independent product published under the Shadow Dark RPG third-party license and is not affiliated with... Yeah, we know. We know. Sometimes I have clever ideas like that logo. Bro, that logo is fire. That is top 3 things you've made that I have seen. Fire. So let's get into it. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the full page here. D6 wall decorations. This is great. Over top of the art. I adore this. Let's pull out our D6. A 3. Hunter Calling Horn. We find a Hunter Calling Horn as we enter Torchwick. All right. Rule number 1. We all know what I'm going to say here. We all know it. We know. Is this hyperlinked? Nick, if this wasn't hyperlinked, I would have banned you from the channel. Like if you forgot to fucking do it. Oh, shit, man. Amazing. Write to us, or better yet, submit an article art so we have more knickknacks and our curio to show off. Amazing. Shots, 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 shots. Yes, exactly. So, what do we got in this bitch? Forward, introduction, Torchwick, about the town. Catilias? I don't know what that is, Nick. Temple of Ord, sun-kissed respite, tea, time, and spice, the indigo oak, the memorial well, White Hawk Tower, the kindly crawl, random encounters, Havoc's toppled tower. Meet the locals, Madame Viris, Ashley the Fae, Jem Grimhand, Jubbins Cray, Creek, Ratcliffe, Torch Knight, Sandrani, Ulfric the Knowing, Problems in Torchwick, Quest Hooks, Holidays, the Unlit Festivities, Festivals of Lanterns, interior art. First off, genius. Page numbers. Who the fuck made it? Thank you. Smart play. Love it. Love it. Love the page numbers in the center. I love the triple eyes. I'm going to read what you wrote and tell you if it's bad. You ready? You ready? Greetings and thank you for picking up this exhibition and inaugural zine. I cannot thank you enough for joining us on our maiden voyage with this project. Plus, I cannot thank the contributors for their wonderful efforts enough either. When Matt and I first talked about doing a zine filled with community content, one of the things we discussed was pushing the boundaries of what Shadow Dark could look like. So I want to take a moment to discuss the layout. You and I, Nick, privately, have had many discussions about everything in here. Oh, everybody, should we Should we show how highlighting works in this? I've never even tried it. I guarantee it's already better. It's got to be better. It's got to be. See, is it under edit? Select, edit, link. Oh, look, they have link and join text. Oh, imagine that. Search and replace, add images, bookmark, create 3D objects. Wow. Comments. Oh, look, pencil, eraser, typewriter. You can highlight. You can squiggly underline. You can regular underline. You can cross through, strike out. You can replace text, or you can insert. I would like highlight, please. With that highlight, can I change the color of my highlight? Is there an ability for me to change my color? Oh, I simply right-click it? Oh, because that's how contextually people have been trained to fucking do this. Oh, I can draw, and I can use a pencil. Oh, I can add numbers and letters and stamp. You get the point. Let's see how good it works. Excuse me, I would like to go to edit, and I had to go to text selection. Oh, look, I can select stuff. I bet you, I don't even know. I'm going to highlight, I'm going to right click. Oh, look, I can just highlight it. Anyway, Fox it. On the following pages, you'll find a layout and design that defines standard Shadowdark fare. In fact, we made conscious decision to use black and white color scheme with an orange accent. And boy, did I push them to their limits. Single color accents, you know my feeling. Orange is one of my favorite colors. It's all over Corpse Talk. Right? I love it. I love it. Along with public domain art. This was to show that Shadowdark can be beautiful and accessible to creators with limited budgets and wild imaginations, while still being usable at the table. I would like to point out that most of them are drawn over. Uh-oh. I'm waiting. Are we reconnected? Fucking disconnected and reconnected? What's going on? Is this an unstable? I've had a lot of problems with OBS lately. Am I back for you all? So, in Borg. Where's my Borg? Hello, buddy. Where are you? Is this the Borg? Borg. Here we go. So, after interviewing Pele and his partner in crime, everything in this book, almost all of it, is art found and sketched over. And they are just reverse engineering the concept. Guys, exactly. Exactly. You can exactly do that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Nick. We want to inspire as much as words do. So they want the art to inspire as much as you do. We want you to say, I need to include Torchwick in my game. We want you to believe, I can do this. We want you to feel you need to be a part of this. This is equal parts art, gameable content. We truly hope you enjoy it because we took risks and think you should too. We plan to make more. Nick. Look, 100%. Introduction. If you want to roll a D20, add a modifier, and compare the results to a target number, you have a lot of options these days. What sets D20 fantasy RPGs apart in this era of gaming isn't really their mechanics. It's the communities. It's the realm Shadowdark is. In that realm, Shadowdark is amongst the best. I would say Shadowdark and Pirate Borg. After seeing how Pirate Borg is done, the community for that is, bar none, one of the best. Earnest players, GMs, and creators have rallied around the game and its author to create a vibrant and growing community online, in game stores, and around a myriad of dining room tables. We hope the zine is another means of building that community. I agree. I hope it is. While the tagline on the cover is Shadowdark Knick-Knackery, which is a great, by the way, Knick-Knackery is a great term. I use it for a lot of things. I love you used it. We have an internal tagline as well that will continue to guide us going forward. See your stuff in print. That's a really powerful statement. I think a lot of people don't realize what their product is until they can hold it. I was just watching a show with Jen, and it was about them taking the money away to do prints in a school for something. And in doing so, how it harms so much in a college when you don't get to see your stuff hit print. There's something about the tangibility of holding your object. And it's why I think things like Toys R Us and KB Toys and things like that are missed by the toy generation. And why printed stuff is so important. The goal of Steambacks is to offer anyone the opportunity to submit their ideas, potentially see them in print, regardless of whether they have published before, written a gazillion blog entries, or none. The only real qualifications here are, is your idea cool, and are you a member of the community? Well, I don't know, Nick. I don't think I'm a member of the community. How do I identify that? Ultimately, we want to build a publication that offers Shadow Dark community members who may otherwise never see their work in print an opportunity to be published. We also want to break with the orthodoxy of Shadow Dark layout and trade just yes. Fucking yes. Cannot agree with this more. Cannot agree with them more. Hella important. Thank you. Our first issue combines submissions from stalwarts of the Shadow Dark community. Perhaps yours will be next. Love the orange choice. Really clean, really nice. Torchlight, shine a light where darkness see the secrets or it hides from you. Funny you say that. Our Bleak Knot logo, which I'd have to dig out. Kelly might remember it, or Todd if he's here, or Drew, is I think it's a light and the bleak darkness, and it's like a fist holding light. Anyway. Kidley Raw, Catellas, am I saying that right? Catellas, Sunkiss Respite, Lord Lamika's Manor, Memory Well, Tea, Time, and Spice. Now, Nick, we've talked about this thing. You know we think it's important because we've said it twice. Very true. Very fucking true. So, I'm gonna pan out a little bit here. Can I scroll? The 2 pages? No, it's 1. Okay, I just making sure it wasn't a 2-page spread. Cat tails. Oh, fuck it. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I know this is a mixed media piece, right? Of a public domain map and then art pieces in the back. I love mixed media. I love it. Kelly says, I think I have the patch still. I have mine somewhere. I'd have to dig for it. I think it's in the drawer over there. It's purple, white, and black. It was from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and it happens to be part of the Fontia. Love the map, super cool. So you got Torchwick is a village hidden in the overgrowth and trees near the Stingback Caves and Hag Hovels. It's a destination that many do not plan to spend their lives in, but once you see the light, it's difficult to leave. As such, many find themselves exploring the surroundings for secrets in service of Shun the Veil. Or Shun the Vile. She promises Ord keeps secrets, and their curiosities can be cured with gluttony. Now, I already know I'm planning on adding this into Athontia, Breachers, inside the wall. So I think it's perfect. Right? So inhabitants, 2,300, the ruler, you got religion, the torch, everything that's in here. You went to normal page numbers because we're now into the actual piece. About the talent, I love the bold thing. I like the ink lines. Cattails is a temple. Temple to Ord. Bold fonts. Recolored found art, public domain by Franz Ebel. I'm assuming when you save the file for an image, you put the name of the artist in it to make your life easier as you're putting them in. Elf Chaotic. Ooh, what's this? There's something here? What is this? Most guarded secrets. Is there a clickable thing here? Well, I can tell you what it says. Let's look. It says Obsidian Obelisk. Got some little secrets in here, baby. Can I copy this image? It is hidden in darkness. But I want to know if there's a way to copy it and light it up. Nick, is there anything under this? Is there anything under this? Yes, there's fonts in it. Hold on. If you are smart, copy and paste that. That's all I will say. I don't want to ruin the fun. Nick, you knew. You knew I was going to know. Smart play, my friend. I love it. This has some Borg kind of Borg inspired feel for layout. Got that punk aesthetic. Love this. Sun-kissed respite. Really cool. I love the use of negative space here. I had to draw a teacup. Hold on, you boys and girls. I got to show you something. So when Nick first showed me this, I had to do art for a company that was doing escape rooms, right? Check out this teacup I had to... this is all drawn. I did the work for this. So check this out. That cup reminded me of that so much because I remember having to hand draw and paint all this stuff for the Soothsayer's Gambit. And you'll notice that I have some names on here that are familiar. Kelly, D, Pink Poppy, Todd, S, Breath. Notice the names in here? Right? And this is all, I painted all this. And I used Clip Studio. You can really tell like here that it's painted, here that's painted, but I nailed the porcelain here. I fucking nailed it. And the texture for the leather, nailed it. Right? Really, I was really happy with this. But this reminds me of that cup. Super fun. I don't want to ruin it. I want people to read this. I just want to scroll through, see the spread. I love the art here. The kindly craw. I love this. This is a sign, I assume. Really nice. Yep. I saw that, Nick. I didn't want to ruin it. This will be a fun one to try to print. So you're walking through Torchwick and great introduction. Nick, how much of this was your layout choice? Like, did they just feed you this? And then you did this? How did that work? I'm going to roll, though. Result. 2d6. Let's go. I got a 7. 2d6 on the table during the day, modified by +3 at night. Weighted tables, baby. Nick and I, we talk about this all the time. I taught this to Rick when we're doing the Black Ballad. Weighted tables are everything. They're fucking amazing. It allows you to help twist how things happen. So I'm going to say it's at night. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A busy crowd gathers in the streets, making passage difficult and causing delay. Awesome. I love the bold, not bold, to call it out along with the colors. Smart on the black background really works. The Topple Tower. What is Topple Tower? A frail wizard. I love this I love this font. I use this font all the time. I love this. The really good layout. So you went with a stat block. But the most prominent thing is Z, baby. At Con, I think this is done for the day. I can move this now. At Con, when I handed out my cards, it had a Z. And I had a bunch of designers in a couple of my tables. And some of them are designers for Beetle and Grimm. And they, we had met each other in the past. We'd worked, I had done review and feedback on the Pathfinder 2 character folios. And they were doing the layout for it, for Shara and her husband. I'm like, oh my God, we didn't realize we knew each other until we're like halfway through the game. I was like, you'll notice there's a Z here. And it's very simple. As a designer, the constituents that I talk to, you know, the important ones, we have decided as designers, fuck CH, we're using a Z because the Riz is all. And they laugh their ass off and they're like, you know, that makes a lot of sense. So like I hooked a bunch of people with the Riz. Thank you for keeping it, Nick. I'm glad we're keeping the Riz alive. Got the 2 versions, very cool. Have you guys noticed how well this is scrolling on like Adobe? You notice that? Great color play. The life stages of Moonrot. Really cool cycle. I love this. Meet the locals. Great layout, great texture background. Did you do this all also in Publisher? Just to prove that you don't have to use InDesign? Just saying. I like the frame here to pull it from the background. I love that the font butts up against this. And it looks like it's the same color, but your eyes draw the distinction. Ooh, why does it do that when I scroll? Oh, it's pulling the piece apart. That's cool. Really nice. I love the frame. A larger font size. Everything's Affinity. Good man. Did this, Nick, did this process using Affinity for the whole thing make you fall more in love with Affinity 3? Being able to bounce between vector, raster, and layout? Did it really kind of hit home for you? Torchwick. Very cool. And this is Problems, the Fire Eater, the Best Stayed Buried, Stingbats and the Bell, so on. Then we got quest hooks. I love the little bubbles, like the modernization of the bubbles. Very nice. You got the tilt right. Looks great. Super fun. The unlit festivities. Great art. I love the merger of this stuff together. The cutout to leave it there. Very smart. This has got retro vibes, baby. Yeah, but did this nail it home? First off, Frank Frazetta vibes, feminine form. You have nudity in it. People have a problem with it. This is art. Really cool. And my show's fucking adult anyway, if you haven't figured that the fuck out yet. But these are art pieces that we are looking at, not porn. Don't worry. There's no... Hold on here. Do I have it? Let's see if I have it here. Hold on here. Hold on. Do I have the sound in here? Hold on. Where is there a special? Where do I have it at? I need to make a soundboard. I don't have it in here. I usually have the sound for Pornhub. I'm gonna have to make a soundboard. I'm gonna fuck with that here soon. Rumors. And then this is the last page. This is the back of the book, keeping with that rumors on the back to hook people in. Nick, you guys crushed this. This is such a good addition to Shadow Dark as a community. This is such a good thing. It's free to download. How often are we going to see this shit? How often are we going to see this shit? Nudity is not equal porn. Fact. That is a fact. If you think nudity equals porn, we have a lot of other problems we need to talk about. Hold on here. I'm going to find it. FX. It's not that. Did that play? Yep. Annual. Okay, annual is your plan. All right. I would love to see it more than annually. But this is amazing. You guys knocked it out of the park. Now, with that said, we have stuff to go over. We have brand new things to do. So, let me pause this. I've known the Pirate Borg guys for some time, and I've wanted to review it, and we've talked about it for a long time frame. And just things kept coming up. And I love and adore these guys. I think they are doing something that the tabletop RPG industry needs. I can tell you Arcane Library is using them as reference for how to run org play. I think that not only are they doing things that we don't see normally, they are showing that community can be built by treating the people running the like events and stuff for them like royalty, and that they are important, and that makes a fucking difference in how events can be fucking ran. And if you run events at cons and you want to learn about events, go find Tyler, pick his brain for 10 minutes, have 3 questions ready, and go in and go, how the fuck are you doing this? Because Shadow Dark did that, and that's how we got this. This is how we got the Shadow League. That's how we got this. It's because of Pirate Borg and how they run it. Keep that in mind as I start to go through this. Mode of clarity. Free League sent me the products to review. You all know I don't kiss ass. It's not my style. And I don't think Free League wants you to. I also think Free League has a lot of like say on how their shit looks. And they only pick up things that they think are fucking stellar. All right? So I have this to go over. On top of that, because we're going to do what we always do, I'm going to go through it, and then I'm going to shoot my 15-minute recording. On top of that, they sent me the rest of the stuff. I got the Pirate Borg core book. I got the new one, which is Down Among the Dead. Also, that gloss baby, right? And I even opened it. They sent me this. This is the GM screen, which we will look at when I do Down Among the Dead. I have never played Pirate Borg. I've only played Mork Borg. I've ran a lot of Mork Borg because where we are now, Corpse Talk uses that for the interviews. So I'm familiar with the system. Everyone praises Pirate Borg, and I want to know why, and if it is as good as everyone fucking says it is. Now, my inclinations are that it's probably really fucking good, right? That's my guess. That's my guess. But I don't know that. So I have the camera set up for an overhead. And I'm going to start this by going through this box with you. That is what I want to do first. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to go over to the table. I'm going to go through this. And then I have the PDF up. And we're going to go through what's in this book. All right? And this box, I should say. What is in this box? Good job, Bats. You were late on the call. So let's close this. Let's pull up the dice cam. Let's pull this out. Excuse me. Let's pull up the Elgato cam. Camera hub. I'm going to pull it up over here. And we are going to fucking see what we got here. Right? Let me slide this back. I'm gonna kind of pull this forward a little more. There we go. All right. Move all this out of the way. I'm gonna get us some space. Space. These are the things I used almost all GaryCon. Were just these 2 things, by the way. But we'll talk about that in a different day. That is my go-to right now. It has been fucking fantastic. Let's get a little music up, shall we? So this is Pirate Borg. This is the Kickstarter for the box set. And you might be going, what do you mean? They did a Kickstarter for a box set? Why would they do this? They already had the core book out. You're right. They did. They did do that. But let's go to the recent Kickstarter. And let's talk about Down Among, which is where this came from, right? So before we dive into this, we need to go through this because it's important. So, Down Among is the Kickstarter they did. I'm going to pause the music. We're going to play this because I totally missed this. You're not going to play, bitch? Is this the kind of hoe you're going to be?
Welcome.
What does that do for me? What does... Why? Why? Motherfucker. Kickstarter. Hold on here. You're ruining my show, Kickstarter. I'm just kidding, you're not, but I want to know why it's not working. Hold on here. Let's do Pirate, Borg. And you know what? Because these guys are so awesome, maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in here. So let's go and see. Do we have the video in here? We have the covers, the logos, mock-ups, spreads and artwork. No video in here. All right. Let's go YouTube. YouTube. Down Among Us trailer. Down Among Us Pirate Borg KS trailer. It's got to be stored here somewhere. I think this is it. Let's take a look. Hopefully this is it. I'm not positive, but...
Drowned souls and shipwrecked mariners to the locker. The lost meander here. The chains that bound them to the corporeal world rust and crumble as they sink deeper and deeper into the void.
I've really been digging this animated 2D art like this, the images. I love it.
There is a chance for you.
I know everybody's doing it, but...
Perhaps you will escape the endless waters of purgatory and return to the realm of the living.
Love it.
Perhaps you might reclaim the feeble carnal existence you once loathed. Or perhaps...
Pirates.
You are now one of the many. Down among the dead.
Yes. 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 Smart. Great trailer.
Pirate Borg, down among the dead.
So this is a trailer I won't play here. First off, let me reload this. This Kickstarter fucking crushed. Right? Crushed. It funded in 2 fucking minutes. These boys cranked it to 11 and knocked it out of the park. A lot in here. I just want to quick scroll through. You can see this is where this starter box came from. Because it didn't exist before this. It was just the book. That's it. So now we're getting the starter box. And I love that we're going back to a starter box environment in tabletop RPGs. So here's all the stuff that was in this Kickstarter, right? It's already done. I will say you can late pledge and get it. Down below, I will say the starter box. I have an affiliate link on Drive-Thru-RPG if you're interested in picking up this digital version of this, which is also killer. I will go through everything that's in the Drive-Thru-RPG one as well. Actually, I'll do it right now. So this is the Drive-Thru-RPG. This is the Pirate Borg starter set. Link is down below. I'll put it in here as well. So if anyone is interested, you can check that out, along with Limithron's site for the extra stuff that they do. Everything is in here. You get 2 booklets, 58 tokens, 22 reference cards, 10 poster maps, PC creation sheet 6, character sheets 25, resin dice 2, black and white if you get the physical copy, dry erase markers if you get the physical copy, and rum bottles. 0. Bring your own. That's what comes in a physical, and then the digital one has a lot of this stuff in it as well. All right? Super cool. I love it. They did a great job. So we've seen the trailer. We've seen Pirate Borg and what it is. I'm going to leave these up because I'm going to come back to them afterwards. Because when I do my 15-minute review, I'll be able to click through them. Let's talk about the box set, shall we? So, I have looked through this already because I wanted to know what I was getting into. I got my skull glass out. I'm ready to do this. The Pirate Borg box set is really good. It's an A5 style. I'm excited about it. The art, Limithron, his brother, Tyler's brother, Andrew, if memory serves right. Why I can't remember that right now is killing me. He always wears an alien's hat. He is a prolific, hyper creative that nuts to butts does. He's like me, front to back. It's mine. Short of some editors, right? And that's kind of how this guy works. And I'm very similar. I'm excited. I want to talk to him, have a sit down, but we're always at cons and we're always busy. So we're gonna look through this, dissect it, and see what we get in the box. I already know the inside of this box is pretty packed. There's a lot in it, and I think they fucking knocked it out of the park. So, shall we dive in? I can move it over. Yeah, I can put it here. Great. So we'll pull this off. This is the box. The first thing you're gonna see as I slide this over, I'm gonna flip this bitch. Notice that? Look at that. In here, there is all your stats, strength. It's like a mini GM screen. So you could set it like this at your game and have this in front of you. Let me read what's in here for us, shall I? So you got strength, dex ability, encumbrance, rest, holding your breath, drinking rum and grog, devil's luck, broken, how broken works, negative HP, ancient relics, and then all the stuff in red as well, and random PC pirate generator in the corner. And then the bottom has arcane rituals here, so you know how they work. That's just the fucking lid of the box. That's the lid of the fucking box. Dude. What? That's fucking wild to me. But that is what we get. At least to me. I just realized that my dice cam doesn't pop up on my small side one, which is very, very bullshitty. Which one is this? Hold on, we're gonna fix this before I go anymore because I'm gonna need it when I do my recording. GM verts me. Hi, that's me. Where is this dice one at? Throne, EFP, lower third, sponsor, vert, bats, Elgato Pro. Oh, that's why. I think this button just turns on and off in here. I'm going to have to change that later on. I'll fix it later. Not pertinent right now. It doesn't matter that much. But pretty cool that we're getting a box that has like everything in it. And remember, I'm going to do a full 15-minute of this afterwards. Inside the box, what are we getting? Well, we're getting cards. I don't know what these are. I've never looked at them. Has anyone in the audience played Pirate Borg yet? Because I have not. So we got the Tongue and Toth. Let me put this over here. Tongue and Toth, Deceiver Toth, Necro Jellies, Volcanic Lizards, a Tube Worm, Merfolk Ghost, Dodson, Pyre, Redcoat Soldier. Is there anything on the back? Oh yeah, you got art. So you can show art to the players, right? And then have the stats. So you can easily show them what somebody looks like. These are all the different red coats that you can have in the game. Mother Iris, Bethran Ord, the Deck Ghoul, the Grog Barrel. Oh, dude, and they have art on the back for these guys too. So again, you got these cool art pieces on the back, right? The Bilge Rat. I'm curious. Your Bilge Rat. Your Bilge Rat zombie. The Infernal Pelican. Repair. And then you got your ships. Your sloops and ships. Right? Really cool. So that's your cards. That's just the cards. So let's put this in here. Okay? I'm going to load them in here this way because I'm going to go through. We got some big fatty D20s that are easy to read. 2D20, all your dice, extra D4s, and the rest of it. And then I want to point out the D4 is one of those like pyramid styles, which I enjoy. And the logo on here is a skull, and it's got like the torn sail on it. So you get dice. 2 Sharpies for dry erase. This will be important. I agree, Jason. I think the cards are great to hand to players when they get ships and relics. Jason, have you played before? So then we got the book. Pirate is the player's guide. Front and back. Limithron, Free League Workshop, Free League Publishing, compatible with Morkborg or Morkborg. This is the inside cover of it. And this is what you're getting. You're getting a full printed piece. Like, you can see the Morkborg kind of design, all the colors of this company, and the stuff that's put in. Now, I want to look at something here. For me, does he have a right here? Luke Stratton. Luke. It's Luke, goddammit. It's Tyler and Luke. Why did I say Andrew? Tyler and Luke. So, writing, illustration, and layout. One dude. I get you, man. I see you. I see you. Control it. You mostly run and often. So hold on here, Jason. Yeah, a bunch. I run mostly, but play often online for the West Marches. There's a West Marches style of this. Ooh, in the Caribbean pirate, like in the island chain. That'd be a really fun West Marches, man. You'll have to drop me a link if you're not in the Discord. Either drop it in here or drop it down below in comments so I can check it later. I didn't mean to put that twice. Oh yeah, did you run a GaryCon? Bye, Kelly. I'll hit you up later, okay? Thanks, Kelly. I'll hit you up later. Tons of stuff going on. So, look at this stuff. Look at this box. So, all of this is just the players to get them involved, right? It has everything in it that you need for players to understand what's going on. I want to lock. Can I lock the auto zoom? I want to lock it. Does that stop the blurriness? I flip pages. Yeah. Okay. No. So that's the exposure. I want to lock exposure. I'm gonna lock focus. There we go. Now I can flip pages, and it won't keep trying to refocus on me. So this is all just the player's book, right? Look at all this. Ooh, a weapons page, right? All of this. Oh, you missed GaryCon? Dude, this GaryCon was fire. Jason, did you see the beginning? Pirate Borg was in the goddamn water park at Timber Ridge. It was so fucking cool. Then you got Trapped in the Tropics, which I believe is the adventure. Again, just tons of great art, great everything front to back. And then this is your pirate area. Then this is Tearaway character sheets. I want to point out these character sheets, not me tearing one, are front and back because the back has the ship. Okay? Done. Now, I asked myself when I opened this the first time, why the fuck is there dry erase? Well, there's dry erase because these, my friends, are all dry erase. All of these are dry erase. Like, they're made for you to write on for Pirate Borg. And they are a cheat sheet. And I want to point out, too, I don't know if you can see this part that well, unless maybe if I zoom in. I hate to zoom in, but let me save this, okay? I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if this focus holds. Here, it's cheap gear, and you can mark boxes off almost like Blades in the Dark, okay? Super cool. So, you get dry erase. And then the backs also have stuff on them. Right? Oh, I gotta relock this. Done. Then we get one of Luke's amazing maps. Now, I'm going to zoom out. This is the map. How amazing is this? The ship is incredible. Yeah, I didn't get to play it, Jason. I mean, I'm friends with Tyler just through a buddy who was on our show. They're really good people. And you might be able to drop in the live chat, but check it out. And then this is the ship. And for a little clarity too, like a little Easter egg. When I was doing Athantia season 1, Drew from our show knew Tyler. And Tyler said, yo, my brother does ship maps, because his Patreon was all these ship maps. So all of our ships in the first season are Luke ships. So if these look familiar, it's because I was using Luke ships for stuff. Really cool, right? Just want to flip this over. So that's the first one. The second. We got the Caribbean. And I'm leaving this out so you can see it. This is the map. So really, it's this map, right? It's Caribbean, 2 miles. And then the back, which is Gibbet Town, St. Martin, right? And then we have another, and I love the cutaway of what a ship looks like. This reminds me of the old Star Wars books. When I worked at Walden Books, anytime one of those would go up for sale, buy them. Right? Really cool. Another big-ass map. We're moving some other way so it's not sitting. Okay, then we have more. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. Again, A5 box. This is an A5 fucking box. Right? I mean, I would hope so. I would. So then, you just get a C map. On the other side is the Dark Caribbean. The full map. Love this art style. It's super clean. It's super fun. All the colors are really good. Right? And then, still not done. Still not done. You get... Right. It's upside down. You get, I believe, a pirate map. Right? If we flip this over, it is the back size of the Pelican Isles. Water stain, fun, just a map. Like an actual piece you would find in the game. So, you get all this. Right? So now you get this. We're not done. We're still going. Then you get this lovely piece. You get a combat map for a shore. On the other side, a lava map. Still going. Then you get tokens. Big ship, little ships, all of this. They are front and back. So you get 2 ships out of 1. Right? Then all those art pieces you got, you also get tokens. So let's go back down to here. Because we're now on this version. Let's lock the focus. So now you get these. Also, front and back. Then you get times of the day to mark out some bigger monsters. And on the back side, they're the same thing, but look at this. So that's a skull. And so that if you have them on the map, what you see in the dark, I think, versus what you see in the light is my guess. And then the back of the fucking box has more stats. And on the bottom, it has your information for wind direction and all that stuff. Guys. This is so good it hurts. This is a really good box set. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can do this successfully. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to drop it all back in. Because when I do my recording, we're going to hit this up again for the live show. Like you guys know how I do this. I do one recording this way, and I do another recording afterwards. I'm going to put all these pieces. I almost got it one go. That was really close. I almost did it. Hold on here. There we go. All right. Really good. Okay. I like this a lot. I feel like this is like a top 10 contender for box sets. Okay. That's the box. I can't, you know what? I'm not going to seal it because it's such a bitch to open. So before I do my recording, I'll have this. So for now, I'm going to move this aside. We're going to come out of this. And we're going to pull up Acrobat. Sting Bats. Again, amazing if you haven't seen it. Would you like to save? No, I don't want to save it. We're going to go to Pirate Borg. Now, this is Pirate Borg, and this is the full 168 pages. This isn't the one I want. I only want to showcase the stuff from the starter pack. Let's look at the starter set. Okay, I gotta unzip this. Say yes. And then we're gonna get our Pirate Borg starter set. Okay, so in the starter set piece, we're gonna open up our player's guidebook over here. And then we're going to do this as a view, as a continual scroll. I'm going to close this Pirate Borg. So this is the cover, same one that was in here. Let me read off what is in this set. If you get the digital one, right? I want you to know what the digital one looks like, because I think it's kind of important. So let me scroll this down. All right. So here's what we got. Pirate Borg Player's Guide spread, the regular one, which I have open now. There is a reference rule sheet. We're going to open this as well. Okay. It's our reference rule sheet. On top of the reference rule sheet, you get Trapped in the Tropics, spread, and regular. That's the ones that are all in here. On top of this, you also get, I believe, if memory serves, the asset pack. Let me go to my drive-thru-RPG. I can just tell you. Come on, drive-thru-RPG. Drive-thru-RPG is very slow today for anyone who's been using it. You get the Tropics and the starter set zip. So that's everything in the starter set zip. Pretty clean, right? That's a clean thing. So I want to scroll through this so you can see the art a little bit more. I want to do what I always do, is highlight the things I want to hit on the show. We're in a continuous scroll. So this is the sheet you guys couldn't see earlier. Notice that it's like gear, D6 plus a D12 plus a D12. So you roll D6, you roll D12. And this gives you like a breakdown of everything. If you get a 12, you get a pet, a fish in a jar. Super clean sheet. You can roll for backgrounds. And then this tells you what page it's on. You click that bitch. It'll open up another Pirate Borg thing and say, hey, are you all right with this and using this piece for the guide booklet? Right? Super fun. I don't understand why it does this, though. Pirate Borg Player's Guide booklet is not found. Is this not the Player's Guide booklet? Let me try reopening this. I want to make sure the hyperlinks work for the show. You know what I'm saying? Oh. File was not moved. I am curious as to why this hyperlink doesn't work. It's not in docs. This is a odd situation. Do they all do this? They do. You're welcome, Chris. We're going to record through this, and then I'm going to record my 15-minute one. You'll find this after, basically I do the live show. At the end, Chris, I record our 10 to 15-minute review of this, and that'll get separated out for people who don't want to watch the whole live show. I will say before you leave, if you have not checked out our Kickstarter, please go do so. The black ballot is up. We're over 9,000, and we only need 15 for it. If you haven't checked it out, check it. It ships 30 days after the Kickstarter closes. You get the PDF. We go to print. We're hoping by end of summer we can get it in your hands. If you're a Shadowdark fan, it helps you run your characters after you die. That's just a little plug before you leave. It's my show. I'm going to plug my shit. I busted my ass as the lead designer on it. So anyway, I don't know why the hyperlinks don't look. I'll have to look into it, but I will tell everybody it's hyperlinked. I don't know why it doesn't want to link for me. That's very weird. I've never had something like this not link. Because it wants it in my documents, and that's not where I save it. That's so odd. I'll have to look through that. That means that this is hyperlinked improperly. I'll have to ask about hyperlinks with him. I will mention it, though. Hyperlinks are important. All right. So, this is that sheet in the front that we were looking at before. A full breakdown of Pirate Borg. I love the layout. Everything is here. This is version 1.0. This is the player's guide. With publication domain images from the British Library. I use the British Library as well for a lot of stuff. All this art is either drawn, redrawn, or pulled from the British Library. And this is what I was paging through. This gives you an idea of everything in the game. Everything you need. I love the colors. I love the brightness. I know how this plays. But my understanding is that this game, especially the ship combat, runs better than anything else that has been ship combat. And people tell me that not only is it their favorite Borg style game, but it feels like you can play a campaign in this game. Now, there's a gentleman chap, Jason, you played a lot of this. Do you feel like this game really brings more of a campaign style play than the other Borgs? Because I play Mork Borg and try to play a campaign in it. You, as a GM, you got to do some flexing. Do you feel like the rules in here give more? Because looking at it, I don't know what the difference would be. And if there's a page you think I should look at and shout out on the show, it's in the starter box. Let me know. If it's in the big book, I'll be doing the big book next month. Rounds, combat rounds are 6 seconds. Movement, most creatures can travel 30 or 6 foot squares, 6 5-foot squares. So they got tactical. Short rest, long rest, no food or drink, infected, sick. This is new. Reactions we know about. 2d6 reaction, that's normal. Like when meeting a creature whose reaction is uncertain. I love this statement. There's a lot of times. Ooh, I can't pick my color. God damn it, Foxit, you're sexy. What do I want? I want pink. I want some fucking pink. Uncertain. Very smart. I think that's a great thing to add. And then morale. Most enemies will not fight to the death. Roll 2d6. The leader is killed. Half the group. This is a great distinction on when to do this. And it remembered it was pink. Adobe, pay attention. Jason says, yes, it's easy to pick up, but the biggest thing is open Caribbean can lead to all sorts of fun and chaos. Is there room for growth? Like, do your characters grow in this game? I think the biggest argument in most board games is your growth is very, very limited. Does this game feel like there's more character growth than you do in others? Have that be mechanically or how things are done. I ran a year-long campaign, my first ever campaign. No shit. Oh, that's actually really cool. Are there mechanics to help you do this, or was it just the setting? I guess that's my question as I'm going through this. And I will mention it when I do my 15-minute reviews. So put whatever you want and I'll scroll up and click them when I'm doing it. Hit points, 0 hit points, negative hit points. Oh, they did do negative HP. That's good to know. I'm curious to see what that is. Davy Jones' locker with you. Optional. The GM may allow the dead PCs to return to life as a haunted soul. And that one worked. I see. I know what the hyperlink problem is. The other one is I haven't opened the other book yet. And once I open the other book, if they're in the same folder, it will work. All right, nice. It's a cross open to the other book. I see, says me. So, really cool. A lot of clarity on rules that I know people had questions on when I run Borg. Gaining experience. The game master decides when a character should be improved. It might be after taking a prize, raiding a port, dividing plunder, burying treasure, exploring a temple. When this happens, do these things. Ability changes. Roll a d6 against the ability. Results equal to or greater than their ability score increased by 1. A little bit of that Dragon Baney feel. Abilities -3 to +3 are always increased by 1 unless the d6 result is a 1. So 1 is a failure. Awesome. Hit points. Increase your maximum hit points by d6. You must rest or heal. Awesome. Gain gain a class feature. There are classes. Among the dead, you'll find nothing, weapons. Okay, cool. Jason says, to a certain point, after a certain point, you hit a ceiling, but they introduced new sea rover skills instead of taking class features when leveling up. Okay, so they have implemented foundations and then did foundational growth through their books. That's cool. I love them slowly up, avoiding making out. Yeah, that's the big thing. Level them with story and contacts and things in games like this instead of abusing quick leveling. I agree. The Brute. So these are their classes. Let's take a look at what the skills are. You begin with a trusted weapon, D6. It will never break, but you drop it on a fumble. It's a DR -2 to attack. Damage rating is a -2, which is good. What's its name? The Brass Anchor. The Whaling Harpoon. A Meat Cleaver. Part of a broken mast. Really cool. Yes, after the West Marches, they changed things. Oh, okay. I'll have to talk about that. Is the West March an open play online? And how often does it happen? Do you know? I will mention that in the stream for people who are interested in being involved. Getting better. Every time you gain experience, gain one of the following. Roll a d6. Reroll repeats. So really, there's only 6 things that you can get. So you only really can level 6 times. All right, I get it. Also, you die in these games easy. The Rapscallion, the Styles, Drinking Grog and Rum, the Buccaneer. Again, too, this is 60 pages. This is the starter. This isn't even the full. It's not this book. We are not looking at the monster that is 100 and something pages. We are looking at the core box set, the new starter set. That's what we are looking at. A Buccaneer. Survivalist. I like the art. Art's really fun. Yeah, get that hook hand, baby. A Swashbuckler. A Brash Fighter with bravado and swagger. And then this is, you begin with one of the following and then what you upgrade to. Love it. It's open play, currently not active, not sure when they'll start another season. Oh, okay. Good. I won't mention that yet, other than there may be another season in the future. I know one of the people I would ask right now is in mid-move, so I'll ask later on. Maybe when I want to have Limithron on. I want to do one with Tyler and one with Luke. Very cool. Prayers. This is like their casting, their rituals for Morkborg. So in here, in Morkborg, you have... What was that noise? Weird. You have... What were they called? Omens? Right? Isn't that what it is? The casting is omens? Let me find the page. I think it was omens. My brain's trying to remember. Johan and Pele, when I talked to him, talked about doing it, why they made new ones and what they did. And I think it is omens or rituals. Or is it dark omens? Hold on here. I got this in 21. I got this book in 21. Wild. Unclean Scrolls. The Unclean Scrolls stuff. So, we have a sample of that in here. I'm going to mark this with the ribbon so I can mention it during the stream. Yes, he is. Yeah, I don't want to speak for him, is what I'll say. So, I love the art. God, dude, this stuff's just fun. There's a sorcerer. Oh, there's Eldritch Occultist. Oh, dude, I want to play. This is what I want to play. I want to play this. This is what I want. What do we get? What are our abilities? What do we have? Spirit, strength, toughness, D8. I'm going to make characters at some point. Starting weapon, wooden knife, belaying pin, deadhead, clairvoyant, spiritual possession, necrosleep, protection, raise the dead. Haunted soul, ghost, conduit, eldritch mind. Do they have leveling up here? Zombie, vampirism, skeleton. So is there levels for the sorcerer? How does the sorcerer get better? So that's their starting weapon. You begin with a rank 1 spell, D6. Oh, so when you gain experience, roll again. You get new spells instead when you level up. Oh, that's really cool. Actually, hold on here. I want to mark this. I think this is something that I want to mention during the quick review. As someone who loves spells. Haunted Souls. Let's go past this. We're already halfway. The Tall Tale, D6. Merfolk. Aquatic Mutant. Yeah, spells are leveled. Yeah. That's what I noticed too. That's really fucking cool. Files. Crocodiles. Hey, Chris McDowell will be happy. There's crocodiles and alligators. Oh my. This old school looking art's fun. There's something fun about this. Your different weapons, the damages that they are, kind of waterlogged, really cool. This reminds me of making Razor Coast with helping Lou Agresta and Tim Hitchcock and Nick Logue and all of them finish Razor Coast, which was a pirate game we got to do for PF1. And we talked about ship combat being difficult. And Lou got to play Pirate Borg with his kid at con and said it was a blast. So I also have that kind of in my mind. Someone I'd made a pirate game with, playing somebody else's pirate game and really seeing the fun of what's going on. He said the ship combat was a lot of fun. Different hats, baby. I want a hat. 10. Fancy tricorn. I love it. I love it. I rolled a fancy tricorn. I'm marking this for the show. Cool. I got all the gears. Really fun, really easy. Weapons and melee, the damage, the cost, and silver. What's the asterisk for? Toughness. Oh, anything that has an asterisk, this is what it means. Okay, cool. The Devil's Luck. So this is their thing. I love this art. It should be a patch. Devil's Luck. Every class gains a number of Devil's Luck points. Landlubbers begin with D2. After resting at least 6 hours, if and only if your luck is depleted, roll your class designated die and regain that much luck. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I hit this in our conversation. I like this. You can use it to deal max damage with one attack, lower damage and deal to you. Lower damage deal to you. Oh, this is kind of like my breacher points. Reroll any die roll. Lower one test DR by -4. That's huge. Neutralize a crit or fumble. Awesome. Optional variant for larger groups, 5 or more PCs. Player may only spend Devil's Luck to help themselves or a player they are sitting next to. This is a great optional mechanic. I also want to mention this. I think that's hot. Right? Really cool. It comes with Devil's Luck coins. Oh, no shit. That's really cool. I didn't do the Kickstarter. I'll have to talk to them to see if I can purchase some from them. Then we get into backgrounds. Is this a D100 table instead of D66? All right. Someone in chat type exclamation point 1D100. Let's see what our pirate background is. I'll write it down and use this whenever I make my character. Someone give me a D100. Exclamation point 1D100. There's a lot of backgrounds in here. Yeah, baby, pirate. We got the parrot for our pirate. Homemaker, farmer. I'll make anything into a story. That is my MO. There's a lot of them. I'm surprised this isn't a D66 table. Usually in Pirate Borg, you see the D66 where 1's place, 2's place, you roll 2, and you get like 11 through 66. I'm kind of shocked that this is not that way. A 1. Are you fucking me? A 1? What does a 1 give me? I'm a fucking sailor. Wow. Shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers. I got the 1. Really cool. Distinct flaws. Someone roll me a D20. I'm writing this on my table. Someone roll me a D20. We're going to do this. I know I'm being a sorcerer. And I'll build that later. We'll do this on my next showing. Let's see what we get. Distinctive flaws. What do I got? I love this art. This has got a Luke's art for the inside. You can hate digital dice all you want, but it works for this because I need it for the show so I can put it on screen. I like this, but it reminds me of Darkest Dungeon 7. What does this say? Cocky. This is a little hard to read, but it'll work. Cocky. We call them fickle for a reason. Yeah, you big babies. I mean, another D20 for physical... Is that trademark? Physical trademark. Let's see what we get. For those who've not been to the show before, my entire table, the whole 80-inch long, is a big dry erase board. So I can draw on it all you want. I use these lovely Stadlers. They're water, but they're really good. They're the Luma colors. I highly recommend them. They always write well. So give me a D20 for this as well. There you see, you got it. A 6. I'm missing an ear. I'm going to tie that back to sorcery, I think. Idiosyncrasies. One might have developed and will certainly never be rid of. Yet, it certainly won't stop you from trying. I need another D20 roll from the audience. Idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasies. All right. So we get another D20. Otter. The Never Blinks one is wild. 13. Lucky number 13. You collect something and you often talk to your collection. They are your friends. Oh my God. As a sorcerer, everybody. Fuck it. Also, number 13 in my other setting with Thontia is it is my favorite number. 13. Collection I talk to. Done. It is my favorite. It is my favorite number. Unfortunate incidents and conditions. Having occurred, we're going to need another D20 audience. Having occurred or developed with or without one's express consent, desire, knowledge, and general understanding. So this is incidents. See what we get here. A D20. Let's see what we get. I like random tables. I also like picking from them. But there's something about random tables that, I don't know, man. It sparks fucking ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives you an idea. There's spark tables. A 2. You're a known pirate. You face the galleon. Oh, shit. Known. Pirate. I love that. Gallows of Caught. Done. I'm going to highlight it so I remember during the show. I do the recording. Done. And then thing of importance, everybody. I need a thing of importance. This is a D100. Give me a D100. Music from Corpse Mother right now. I have 3 more songs I'm working on for Corpse Mother 2 right now. I've been so busy, I'm not going to be able to finish them to April because I have too much to do between now and Sunday. But I have 3 new Corpse Mother songs I'm working on, and I have a new one coming out for Athantia as well. A 1. That is the second one that we got. Is that D100 broken? Can I use a patch to re-roll that? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Use a patch to re-roll it. Do it. For those who don't know what she's talking about, we have Athantia patches that allow for re-rolls or boons on our show. They glow in the dark. That's what she's re-rolling. Roll it, baby. Oh, absolutely. And read the results out loud. Watch It only gives 1s. A 91. A 91. A fancy wig. Oh my God. Yes. A fancy wig, baby. I'm marking all these down. Yeah, I would do the same thing, man. I would make everyone roll and read them out. What kind of pirate they sail with. Somehow the dice always make sense. I believe, look, wholeheartedly, I believe that this kind of stuff helps players that are not GMs learn how to, like, inspire creative thought. And for many, many years, tabletop RPGs started seeing tables as random nonsense that don't make good stories. It's not true. It's just that we've gotten better at running. It's up here somewhere, like right there. Mythic Bastion lands, those spark tables. Uh-oh, I just disconnected. I'm waiting. OBS is dropping and reconnecting. Anyway, I think that spark tables and things like that have come a long way. And they've given us the ability to make better tables. We've learned the process of game mastering and writing better than we've ever had before. So it's come a long way. Is this pirate known for his wigs? Talking to his wigs like Moria from Schitt's Creek? I mean, I'm noting this. And I have a dark version from it. I think the wigs come from the people he's killed. And his remorse is him talking to the wigs. Because they are made from the hair of the people he has murdered that he held dear. Maybe it's all the crew members from another ship. Maybe he was a privateer originally. Maybe he worked for the Redcoats back in the day and sunk a ship and he scalped them all and he's made the wigs. And he uses those as a way to feel remorse and keep his mortality. Hair of old crew. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, back. So we got ancient relics after this. We don't get one of these to start, do we? No, we just, those are things you can get. All right, cool. I love the art. I love the dot coloring too for the halftones. Arcane rituals, yes, magic. You know, hold on. Very important. We'll go back to the sorcerer. This is very important. I need a D6 for the spell. We have to know the spell that put him in the position to lose his ear. We need one. So give me a D6. What did we get? I swear to God, I hope it was like necro sleep, a talking head, a dead head, or raised dead, and he lost his ear to that. Rituals have nice modifying rules. Yeah. We're gonna go back to that. But I want to know how my pirate lost his ear. If it's gonna be from something else, or possibly his first ritual casting. He's got it. A 3. Protection. So I was learning protection. Or maybe the ear loss is wild. Maybe the undead took my ear and whispered to me the words of the dead that allow me to cast protection. Whispered by the dead who took, and then I'm going to mark my missing ear. All right, done. Perfect. Now, back to what we're doing. If you ever work in a PDF reader, I recommend Foxit now. You hold down Alt, hit the back arrow, and it takes you through everything that you did and takes you back to where you were. So, there's modifying rituals. I love this. Actually, rituals might be easier or harder depending on conditions. You got modifying the DR, the difficult rating for what it is. You got Call of the Sea, Curse of the Drowned, Dark Delusions, and so on. This is really good. What is the die roll for this? 1, 2. This is 1 to 20. 1 to 20. And then you got mystical mishaps. When you fuck up shit. Aww. There's an opportunity to say 1 soul, 2 soul, red soul, blue soul. Where at? Where was that at? Where? Where at? Did I miss that? Was there a soul thing here? Anyway. Keep going. Mystical mishaps. So you got different mishaps for what you're doing. Sea shanties. Also, if I was running this too, as a reminder, Norse Foundry put out a DMCA-free music list, and they have pirate songs on there. So you could also use that. Oh, under protection? I see. Thank you. What is this? Oh, your different sea shanties. This would make Adam so happy. Where's my D12? An 11. He'd be singing Fire Down Below. Extinguish all the fires in the ship and repair a D6 HP. So those are shanties. How do these shanties work? Often learned in seaside taverns from old sea dogs, most shanties are mindless distractions. Most. But some are more than just songs that can unlock true capabilities of a crew at the sea each day. The crew can sing a number of shanties equal to 1 plus the captain's spirit. Choose from your crew's known shanties to test crew skill. Dude. Genius mechanic that leads to narrative. I cannot say it more. This is smart play. This is really, actually, hold on, because you can't see that, and because it's so easy. Since it's so easy, I am going to draw. We're going to do pencil. And I am just going to go like this. And we're going to go like that. right? Now watch, because I edited it and I did this stuff. I bet you I could click it and you can add images. You can copy the image, save the image. Anyway, really cool. Like magic as a crew. Love the art again. Naval combat, great naval scene. I know I've seen this painting. I actually know what that is. I've seen that in life because that is from the British Museum. Naval combat. So you have all the rules for naval combat. Hull, so HP hull, agility, speed, skill, broadsiders, small arms, ram crew, cargo. And then you have the cheat sheet for how it works. Again, this box has a lot of that stuff in there. I'll ask Jason because he's in chat. How enjoyable is naval combat? Because, like, look here. Look. I believe that spaceship and naval combat are two of the worst fucking things ever made. They fuck them up in every TTRPG. Does this one deliver? Like, we tried with Razor Coast. It's just hard. And we have people in the Navy that we are talking to. And then we talked to people who were sailing 3 masters. Does the game deliver a naval combat? And is it still simple enough that it doesn't bog the game down? Depends on the players, honestly. Oh. Can you elaborate on that? Is there a reason that you think it depends on the player? Is it how they handle being involved and taking actions? Can a good GM push ideas to the player side, to the crew, to make them feel involved? Like, what is it? If you can put it in words. We'll go back over and keep looking while you're doing that. How long is a round? 30 seconds. Makes sense. How movement works. It's on a hex grid. Problem comes with having everyone on one ship and turns into repeating the same actions, which makes it faster and boring. But hold on a minute. My understanding of the game, though, is you can take a ship action and a crew action, correct? We'll probably get into it here, but I think you get both actions. Am I wrong? Because ships without enough crew can only take one crew action, regardless of how many PCs there are. Ships can carry double their max crew short distances, less than a day. Movement, crit, fumble. Here's the ship's turn. Captain uses their action to move the ship its speed in hexes. Non-captain PCs can take one crew action each. A ship that hasn't taken at least 2 crew actions can take up to 2 crew actions total. Switch to close combat when appropriate. Ships involved in close combats are considered anchored and cannot take crew actions. Okay. Crew actions. Each action can only be chosen once per ship turn. Each ship gets at least 2 actions or more if there are PCs on board. PCs taking crew actions add the bonus in parentheses. Say fire a broadside. Test the crew skill plus PC presence, DR12. Attack with each of the ship's broadside attacks. Target must be in that arc. Broadsides, for those who don't know, are on each side of the ship. Fire small arms. Test the ship crew plus PC presence, and you can fire. Full sail. Test ship agility plus PC agility, DR12. Move 1 extra hex. Come about. Test ship agility plus PC strength. So does everyone not get an action? Because you got 5 people there, plus a crew, plus a captain, one of your crew members. A lot of times, not always. Do you sit on the ship and not do stuff? As a crew? Huh. I'm curious as to how this works. I would like to see this in action. I might have to go find the training stuff for organized play and what I know has been put out by Limithor, because they have their whole pirate training thing. Hold on here. I believe in Limithron. I think, isn't the pirate crew thing here? Playlist. I see how to pirate Borg. So the PCs have an action. They just moved the ship, and if the PCs are on board, the crew doesn't have an action. Okay, so the PCs do everything instead. I see. So it's it's for the GM to be able to do the other crew stuff for other ships, and then your crew handles things. Okay. I get you. All right. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. Cool enough. Right? Like, easy enough. Makes sense. Why wouldn't we have that? Smart play. So, back to what we're looking at. Especially crew, legendary captains, quarters. This is really easy. It's a nice cheat sheet. Cargo, repairing, paying the crew repairs. It seems very easy to run. I love the quick repair costs. Optional win rules. So here's the thing. They've added some upgrades. And you want to get detailed, right? And I like this stuff for people who want real naval combat to be a little more crunchy. We did the same things for Fire She Bears. Changing winds, foul weather. And then we get into the generator for names. Pirate name. Hey, everybody. Should we make our pirate name? Do we randomize it? Do we do it? I think I have D66 in here. Hit exclamation point D66 and we'll make our characters' names. Do it twice for me. We'll take 2 and we'll get our name as well. And then I'll make this character. Well, might as well. Fuck it. Let's random name this. And if I don't like it, I'll change it. I'm curious as to what we get. So after the D66 names, we have the naval combat. This is the stuff we saw in the box as well. Ooh, do I not have a D66? Damn. I thought I made a D66. There it is. It's just D66, not 1. I'll have to make a text piece for it. So what do we got? A 46. 46. Johann. His name's Johann. I love that name. That's hilarious. That's the name of one of the guys from Pirate Borg. One of the creators of Pirate Borg. Johann. And we need a last name. So do the next one. No, it worked. 4 and 6. So I just need D66 again. No 1. Jason, try it again. There's a timer between them. So slap it out again. So we got a 4 and a 6. So that's 46. Yeah, it doesn't put it together. It just tells you what the 2 numbers are. And then get one more for me. And then we'll get our surname. We're Johann what? What are we? I'll roll one for myself too. I'll do the nickname. My nickname is 53. A 4 and 5. Johann Santiago. Perfect last name. And then I rolled a 53. My nickname is Johann Santiago Black. I gotta do it again. 44. Black Scurvy. Holy fuck. What a great sorcerer name. I did. Yeah. Slap that shit. So, Johann Santiago, the Black Scurvy. Wanted, will be hung in the gallows, missing an ear, wears his dead crew's wigs, talks to his wigs, and can protect himself from the dead because he killed his crew. He learned protection so they don't haunt him. Character made. Dude. All right. We're going to go back to the beginning. You guys all know what time it is. Let me cue our music to the proper thing. Corpse talk. Pausing it. So, for those who haven't been here before, the way I do this is I do this live broadcast that we just did. And I get everything together. I put together excuse me, my thoughts and opinions on the piece. I did that live with all of you. And then I sit and I'm going to do a 10 to 15 minute recordings of what I feel about this product. Now, it's only right that this motherfucker is something piratey for this, right? Because we're going to record it and put it out. For those also who are asking, this is for Busby's, for Dark Busby's night. The local bar I went to for my buddy's birthday party. My favorite bar, maybe ever. So let me get this, a better piece. I'm going to put in pirate and see what we can find. Ooh. What was that? Is that a spider? Saved. All right, so pirate. Pirate otter. Pirate artworks. We got this ugly motherfucker. I want something. Oh, pirate flag. That's kind of hot. Oh, but this is way more apropos. Or, what if, hold on. Because of the time frame of what's going on, do we get the straw hat? Do we get Luffy and the straw hat pirates? Right? Like, that's the hottest thing right now. Also, the live action has been really good. I really enjoyed both seasons. Do we have an animated version? Let me go over to topics. Let's try Straw Hat. Jolly Roger. I'm specifically looking for an animated one. Let's try Luffy. No, not Khufu. Luffy. All the Luffys are animated Luffys. Yeah, I'm thinking the skeleton too. Although this is dope. For the One Piece. Super cool. I'm actually not a One Piece fan, by the way, either. Let's go pirate again. I think we're going to do the skeleton. I agree. We're going with this. Done. All right. Skeleton's up. Yeah, Walking Skelly's the best. I'm 100% with you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this. We're going to go through it. I'm going to burn. I'm going to go grab more coffee. So, like, 2 seconds. I'll be right back. If there's anything from what I went over that you think I need to hit, put it in chat, because I am going to pull some stuff up on screen for this. All right, I'm back. See, that was pretty quick. Here we go. Everything ready? Let's do pirates, baby. So we're gonna pull the show ad up. First look, Pirate Borg. I'm gonna record this one instead of trying to trim it. Recording. Music. Doing this in 1, 3, 2. Hey everybody, if you are here and you want to know what Pirate Borg is, sit down, strap in. We're going to digest this starter set that came out after the Kickstarter from 1 year ago and go through all the paces. I'm Eric Frankhouse of Eric Frankhouse Presents. If you don't know what I do, this is Corpse Talk Live. We go over everything and anything in the tabletop industry. It could be from the new Gary Gygax and Wizards of the Coast joining to give us Greyhawk, but today we're pirates, baby. We're skeletons, we're undead, or just pirates in general, as we dive into Pirate Borg, what many claim to be the best version of the Borg Empire. Empire is a strong word, but it's kind of true. So this was recorded during a live show. If you don't know, I'm making a shorter version for all of you to get a better quick bite of what we're diving into. Now, with that said, we need to go over a few important pieces. And specifically, I think we need to start with the Kickstarter, its success, and the things that came out of this Kickstarter so you understand what we are about to dive into. I'm going to make it quick, and I'm going to make it fast. Bats. So you may notice my voice is a little cash still. I was sick as shit for like 3 weeks. So if I sound scratchy and more like a pirate, just assume it's on purpose. Or something. This Kickstarter crushed, man. Limitheron had over 5,200 backers. They crushed and made a killing on this, and they deserved it. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, but as you can see, these are the books that were involved in it. There's a trailer as well if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend taking a look at this trailer. We watched it during the live show. You can go back, find the link down on the slab, and check it out yourself. But it's a really good trailer. It's solid. And in this, you get all of this new stuff. The big part of this Kickstarter was Down Among the Dead. But in that Down Among the Dead, they also put out this. Now, for clarity, I did not back this Kickstarter. I missed it. I hadn't played Pirate Borg. I have still not got to play Pirate Borg. I run a lot of Borg stuff for Corpse Talk, specifically for my Corpse Talk live interviews. I know the system, and I went over this to see what they did live for like an hour with some people, and I have some awesome people who are in here who backed it and played the game. So, Free League sent these. You know how I roll. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it if it's garbage. Heads up, this is not garbage. This is fucking amazing. So you can see all the stuff that's in here, right? I'm just quick scrolling. Lotta, fucking data. You can see everything that's here. It's great. Now, with that said, in that, you also get a lot of product in the physical copy. Now, I did also do, I reached out to Tyler and said, hey man, can you send me the PDF versions of these? If you want to see the full review, go below. You can see the walkthrough, but I do have that as well. You can see the pieces that are in here that was sent. You get Trapped Under the Tropics, and you get the starter set zip. Now, the starter set zip doesn't say what's in it, but you can see here, there's booklets, but the tokens are in there in digital format, the cards are digital, poster maps are digital, and I'm going to show the physical off as well. You also need to understand, this is a starter box. I highly recommend getting the physical copy, because it's the whole point of a starter box. The digital is great for playing online, but guys, sometimes you just need that physical in your hand. You know, like a coffee mug. So, I want to go into the box more than I want to go into the digital. We will scroll through the digital as well. But for now, let's bring up the dice cam. This is Pirate Borg. It's A5. It's the size of my fucking hands. You can see my desk. No hid, no nothing. We're doing it live. We already did this once. I'm going to do it again. We'll pull this open. I'm going to slide this way about here, and we're going to flip this over. This box is fucking packed, people. There is so much in here. I don't know where to start. You got a GM screen in here with everything. When we get to the back of this beautiful box, you're going to find more in the back of it. Also, if you tip it, you'll notice that down here there's more information. And that here, that's a character generator. Random pirate PC generator. Look, I'm going to turn this up even. Make it a little brighter so you can see. let's go through the box as a whole. Dry erase markers. Why? You're going to find out why there's dry erase markers. A full dice set. This dice set has 2d20, 4d6, a d2, like a coin you flip, you know, that kind of thing. And then on these d20s, the 20 has this beautiful little skull, has like a pirate ship flag kind of carved into it. Dice. Cards. I'm opening these. These cards are something you need to see. Inside here, you have front and back cards. So the Tongue of Thoth, right? And you can see each one of these, as I flip them, you have art on the back. So you can show your players and cheat and have everything you need, right? And so it looks like this when you flip through for the players. All this great art to showcase, right? And on the other side is your GM stuff. Everything you need to run the fucking game and be able to have handouts. These, as said during chat, are primary. They give you your different boat styles, and on the back, you get the art. Very cool. I think these are a killer addition to any game. And I think in a starter box, you need stuff like this to make people understand how to play the game in a bite-sized way. So, really easy. Nice. You know what? I don't even think I'd sleeve these. I'd let them get damaged because I feel like it would add to the game. Now, the player's guide. This book is not the full copybook. I will say, we will be going through this at a later date, along with Down Among the Dead and the GM screen. So if you want more of this content through April, I'm going to be doing this. Live shows are Wednesdays at 3:30 p.m. And then I put out a shorter version, a bite-sized morsel for people with those short fucking attention spans after. So follow, like, subscribe, all the shit you're told to do on every goddamn thing. Now look at this. This is the book, front and back, paper, zine style, the art in here and everything. Nuts to butts, front to back. Luke is a hyper creative. This guy has done the writing, the illustration, and the layout, and there's other editors and people involved. I'm the same way. For those who have breachers or know about Athantia or follow my Patreon, all the same thing. We do the same stuff. This is what I do. In here, you can see all the amazing art. Look at this, the whole book. And we're going to look at the digital one. I do want to say this. In chat, Jason was talking about how you got these coins during the Kickstarter. Fucking amazing. Beautiful. Book, game. I think the whole page count is like 60 something. Then you get trapped in the tropics. This is, I believe, to be an adventure. We didn't even look through this on the show. This is an adventure. I don't like ruining adventures, but you can see how they put this together. Great maps, great everything. Awesome. Yet again, map on the back. Sexy. This, take it out gingerly. This is your character sheets. On the back side is your ships and cargo. Tearaways. Clean. Remember I said you get dry erase markers and you kind of want to know why you get dry erase markers? It's for these beauties. These are your little cheat guides. On them, you can see that it has all the information that you need, from your rolling ability scores to general pirates to roll and choose a class. It's a full build up and everything is in here. You'll see when I open the PDF, this is part of the PDF. On the back, your cheat sheet, your guide, how to be a pirate and play Pirate Borg. I'm a cartographer by trade. I've done surveying, I've done a lot of maps, I've traveled a lot, I love doing maps, and obviously Luke does as well. And a little tidbit, a little morsel for everybody. When I started Athantia doing a live stream, I think it's, someone in the chat could probably tell me, but I think it's 6 or 7 years now. When I was doing Athantia, my buddy Drew knew Tyler. Tyler is one of the two for Limithron. He does all the events and things that they do like that. He gave us access to all the ship art for my skyships, the things that I have in Athantia. Now, I'm going to zoom out here for everybody. I feel like this is a necessary thing to see. We're going to do this for all these maps. This is the art. I'm going to flip. On the back side, you get your ship. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Let's do this again. You get your ship, side view, profile, top down. You're going to see with these A5 maps, he does this every fucking time. Now, why am I opening all these and showing you? Look, a box set is only as good as what you get to see. And I'm sure there's Kickstarter stuff and people have shown things. I wanted to make sure I did it as well to show that I'm looking through these, but also this art is gorgeous. This reminds me of working at Walden Books and the old Star Wars cutaways that they did. Side of the ship, top down, flip the map. And this one is split into two sections. You get the Giblet Town, and then you get Pelican Isles, right? Again, great map. Super awesome. Those are here through the live show. We spent a little more time on them. But for this 15-minute and the short attention span fools, I'm giving you the short attention span stuff. You're going to be doing naval combat in this game. They have a pretty good naval combat. I'm excited to dig in. Naval combat, to me, in almost every game, is hot fucking garbage. Have it be in space, have it be in the water. So you got yourself a water mat. I know they sell really nice mouse pad ones as well. I've seen them at the cons. We went over what their booth looks like during the live show. They have a huge pirate ship booth. It is awesome. Luke and Tyler crushed it building that stuff. You flip it over. Again, you get your island chains. This one is the Dark Caribbean island chain. It's also in some other spots, but they give you a full one. Then you get some handouts. Because you got to have handouts as a pirate, right? Why would you not have handouts as a pirate? So, you get the Pelican Isles. It's like a handout with a bunch of notes on the side. If I flip this over, or actually this way, I'll get it eventually. Just follow along. It's fine. And you get more. You got ruins, a site, everything in here. Again, another A5. We're still going. We're still in this. This is the last map. And then we get into tokens. This one's a double-sided combat map. One is a shore. And then the other side is lava. Tactical map. This probably has to do with the tropics. Now we get into these. We're going to zoom back in. We're going to go down to the full zoom in. We're going to lock our stuff. So these are your ships. Notice they're double-sided. Why are they double-sided? Well, if you look at this red ship and you flip it over, black. Yes, Nick. Nick live right now. I'm recording this. Look at all the pretty arg. That is correct. Compass. Everything's double-sided. You will see the same thing when you get to this. Your tokens. These tokens, Governess, Austin, Father Campbell, Captain, blah, blah, blah. Front two. When you flip them, there's art on the other side. So you can see the two versions. See the cloaked individuals here? Those cloaked individuals are this. This allows you to reveal. I know what, look, when I see Luke at cons, Luke is the artist. He wears an alien hat all the time. I don't know this from his mouth, but from what I see here, he is obviously inspired by aliens. And they're double-sided tokens that let you hide what's going on and put them out. It's been done in other games over the years, but it's the most recent and most elegant reminder. And you got to remember, Free League is their publisher. So you get this kind of stuff in that, which is just awesome. But there's more. Oh yeah, of course, there's more. Inside this, again, nightfall, midnight, sunrise, sunset, morning, afternoon, animals. I think these are the ghost versions on back 3. When you flip it over, other versions of them. And you got other animals. Like this is obviously a hen or a rooster, but on this side, it's a cougar. And then the back of the box, yet again, cheat sheet with gear. Bottom has your ship rules. Of course, you want this as a physical product. This is a great physical product. I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to try to fit it all in here in one go. Success. Seal this up. This thing can fit in your fucking backpack. You can take this to any con. any table at home, and the back of it has all the information on it for what it is. This is such an elegant solution. It makes me hella happy. All right, so great job, Frank House. You showed us a box set. It's really cool. How does it play? What does it do? Well, I already told you. I haven't played the fucking game. But I know how Borg works. And I do have the PDF. So this is the one that comes in the player set. As a reminder, in the Pirate Borg starter set, the files I have on screen right now, you got the guidebook and spread. You got the guidebook that I have open right now. There is a bunch of set assets, which are those like all the maps, all your tokens, all that stuff in PDF in digital format. You have Tropic spreads, and you have the Trapped in Tropics regular. That is the adventure we saw in that box set. You know you're getting those adventures as well. If you want just the PDF and the digital versions, down below in the slab, that's the description for people who are new to the show. There's an affiliate link to help support what I do. And also, there's a link to Limithron to find out the shit that they do. What they do is amazing stuff like this. Now, during the live show, since we had a big supporter in the audience that loves Pirate Borg, we did go through a lot of stuff, and we rolled up what I believe to be the character I want to play. And we did that by going through this book. I wanted to show you the art. I'm going to zoom in. I'm using Foxit. That is important. Adobe can lick my dick. Lick my taint after a long day of walking at the con. Because Adobe Acrobat crashes all the time. This has worked elegantly, and I'm very happy with it. This is the cheat sheet on the front. There are hyperlinks all over the place. This is the same thing you saw in the book, and this is also the same thing you saw on the back of the cheat sheets, right? Very, very sleek, very simple, very easy to use. We get into Pirate Borg, what it is, where it's made, all that jazz. And we've dove through all this. And I want to point out, a lot of this stuff is from the British Library, right? I agree. And we talked about this earlier in my show with Nick about when they made the Steambat zine, about using art that's out there that is from libraries, art over the years. And we see this a lot in Borg as they're recapturing art and redrawing. And you'll see that Luke has done a lot of that within this book. Now, there's a lot in here. This version is 60 pages. The big book is over, I think, over 100 and something pages, right? Very clean. It's elegant and gets the job done. What I asked myself going into looking at this as a first look was, is this something you can play a campaign as? Can I play this long term? And I didn't know this, but they did a West Marches version over in the Limithron Discord. The person in chat talked about it. It's not going right now. The Kickstarter is closing. Maybe Tyler will start it back up as a person who runs all their org play. If you don't know, they are kind of the group that a lot of the indie scene looks to for how to run organized play. I'm hoping to have Tyler on the show to talk more about it, but they are crushing the concept of making things in org play run and to honestly put not only their best foot forward to make sure that the GMs are happy, that they're taken care of, and if anything they can do to make it better, they will do it. It is reflected at the table and is reflected in the product we are looking at. They care about the people playing, the people running it. What do I mean by that? Look, dude, creating their PC is easy. You have your steps. It keeps that Borg inspired style, but adds a lot more to it. Borg is the foundational rules that everyone's used. Pirate Borg went, how do we make this something that you can play long term? Not short term, but over a long time. Jason in chat talked about, yeah, I ran it for a year as my first campaign. I believe first campaign. I think that's what he said. It is a really cool book. There is a lot in here. The game is easy. Anytime you see DR, that is a difficulty rating. That is a Borg way of saying, when you roll your die, this is what you need. This is the concept of how to do it. They have added a lot to the Borg engine in here. Some of the things I noticed going through this that were important to me, besides the armor and the tier and taking damage off, they really broke down things like reaction when uncertain, when to roll it. They talk about morale and the 2d6 and when to do it. And they really made it fit their game. From if a leader is killed, to half a group is eliminated, or a single enemy only has 1/3 of its HP left, there's a chance they're demoralized and their morale breaks instead of fighting to death. They talk about negative hit points in Davy Jones' locker. I would be remiss if I don't mention the Kickstarter I just made for Shadow Dark and how we've used it for other games, which is the Black Ballad Second Chances. It's live now. When you die, you play to get out of purgatory. In this game, it would be to get out of Davy Jones' locker. Just a cool concept. I have to at least mention it. But they break down all these things that you can do that I don't remember being in core Borg. I don't remember it being there. It's pretty dope. They talk about gaining experience and leveling up. That is one of the core arguments in the Borg sphere that I've noticed, is that it doesn't feel like you can get better. And I can tell you with the starter set, there's already rules in here. And in the big book, there's more. And talking to the audience, there's even more after that that they've added to make sure that your crew and your character can keep improving. Overcoming that hurdle of Borg feeling like a 1-shot, 2-shot, 3-shot. You know what I'm saying? They found a way to do it. In this one, there's ability changes. It has the Dragonbane feel where you roll, and if you're over, your stat goes up for your core stats. You roll for HP, you gain a class feature, and they break that down. For example, the Brute is a class. Here's what the Brute brings, what it starts with, their starting feature and their weapon, getting better, the things you roll as you level up, and the new abilities you get, and you re-roll them. There are numerous classes in here. They're all a little different. Actually, they're all a lot different. And they add new things to the game. Buccaneer, your Rapscallion was before that. Your Swashbuckler, awesome art. I love this kind of like mixed media feel. I've been digging mixed media. I loved it in college, going to an art school, and I love it now, seeing it being used. Nuts to butts, cover to cover. The game is pretty. It's very pretty. You got your swagger for your fighter and bravado and bash and the things you get underneath them as your swashbuckler. But when we were going through, I scrolled and I saw this. And I said, I want to make a sorcerer. So we did. We rolled them up. I have them on my dry erase board here on my desk. And we went through him. I ended up making a pretty fun character. We'll scroll through and I want to show you how easy it was. We did not do stats, but as you can see, stats were not hard in this. You roll a couple of dice, you're good to go. And it even tells you here. Class, supernatural. Drawing your power from supernatural spirits and ghosts, you are weak in body, but strong in the old magic of the world. You can use ancient relics and arcane rituals when wearing medium armor, but never while near cold iron or while holding metal. Ability, spirit +2, strength -1, toughness -1, D8 hit points plus toughness, begins with D4 Devil's Luck. Devil's Luck we'll get into when we get there. Our starting weapon, obviously wooden knife or belaying pin. Can't have anything made of metal. We can't use our spells. Their thing they get as they level up is spells. We rolled, I got protection. Keep that in mind as we go through. It will make sense for my character's story as we get there. But you can see all the cool spells that you get doing it. They have the oh, someone told me in chat, what was it? 1 soul, 2 soul, red soul, blue soul for the soul protection. I think it was Nick in chat. It's a little piece from the live show. But haunted souls, how they work, allow you to add things to what you got, how to deal with them. Again, the art is fantastic. And we get into monsters and the aquatic folk, merfolk, aquatic mutants, things that you can find in the game. Our weapons, you saw that 2-page spread when I was looking through it in the actual print copy. And there's 60-page of awesomeness. Now, I wanted a character. I have a fancy tri-corner hat. And then there's a whole bunch of things I can roll through here. Devil's Luck, similar to how I handle breacher points. You roll Devil's Luck points. Landlubbers get a D2. After resting at least 6 hours, I love that pirates sleep less, and only if your luck is depleted, roll your class designated die and regain that much luck. You use Devil's Luck for dealing max damage with 1 attack roll, lowering damage dealt to you by a D6, re-roll any die, neutralize a crit or fumble, lower one's DR, difficulty rating, by 4, making it easier to do. And there's an optional rule down here I want to point out. For larger groups of 5 or more PCs, players may only spend Devil's Luck to help themselves, or a player they are sitting next to. Because it's the idea of touching, and it adds camaraderie to the table on a PC level, player level, instead of a player character level. Very fun. It like marries these two together. I love it. Help your crew. They have a whole bunch of extra stuff, D100 for backgrounds, and I rolled for my D100 background. I got Sailor. By the way, digital dice, someone mentioned they don't like them, and I made fun of them. We had 2 D100 rolls in here. Both times we got a 1. I was a little worried, but I rolled a Sailor. I'm a sorcerer sailor. A distinctive flaw. I got cocky. There's no reason that I would have got cocky. That's not me as a person. I'm not cocky. So I got cocky. For my physical trademarks, the D20 table, I got that I'm missing an ear. That's what I got during the live show when we recorded this. My idiosyncrasies, one might have developed, certainly never get rid of. I got you collected something, and you often talk to your collection. They are your friends. Now I want you to remember protection spell earlier, sorcerer, sailor, collection. We drew a story together from this. Unfortunate incidents and conditions. I am a known pirate. You face the gallows if caught. That is what wrapped my story up when I made my character. And then thing of importance, D100 table, we got a 1 again here, and we're like, no. Someone spent their patch from my show, these, and said, I want to re-roll, and we did. We re-rolled, we got in the 90s, and I got fancy wig. I was like, man, how do I draw this together to make a character that's evocative for the Dark Caribbean? All these are written down, so these are legit. And then you get into like ancient relics that you can get in the book. And this is the players, this isn't even the full version. Rituals, modifying rituals. Optionally, rituals might be easier or harder depending on conditions. And they give you how to modify them to make sure that rituals feel different. There's a whole bunch of different rituals. And like, look, when I was building this character with the audience, I let the audience roll, I rolled some stuff, and we ended up with this. And this, I think, is great. I ended up with a sorcerer, and the story I decided was they lost their ear, learning to speak to the, haunted by the spirits of his crew. They were probably originally working for the Redcoats, or maybe some mercantile ship, or they worked as someone who was not a pirate. They killed their crew. Feeling guilty and wanting memories, he skinned them all, scalped them, took their hair, and made wigs. This collection that he has, he talks to them to help get rid of the guilt of murdering his crew. Accidental or not, he's wanted and is now a pirate. He wears this hair and talks to his original crew. His ear was lost when it got too bad, and he started getting haunted from wearing the hair of his old crew members. So he learned protection as a sorcerer to stop himself from being haunted. Lost his ear learning the spell as a spirit whispered the incantation to me. Maybe tore it off, maybe ate it, or maybe I cut it off myself because the whispering wouldn't stop. Van Gogh, you might say. So now I have fancy wigs and I'm a pirate. My name is Johann Santiago, the Black Scurvy. I'm assuming he's got like rotten black flesh here from cutting his ear off. We made this in like 10 minutes from a book with good random tables. This is the player's guide, everybody. I just want to point that out. Now, moving through, there are other things. They have magical mishaps in this book and how they function. But this is the part that was a star for me. You're on a crew with a bunch of people, and there are sea shanties. Some of these sea shanties are good. You learn them from old sea dogs. Some of them are just basic, but there are a few. One plus the captain spirit that you can sing that do things. During the show, I rolled Fire Down Below, an 11 on a D12. We are singing a song to extinguish all the fires on the ship and repair D6 hit points. This kind of stuff makes a game, especially a crew-based game, feel like a goddamn crew. That's amazing. This kind of stuff, it makes table play. It makes table narrative. It makes it so that GMs and players are both creating emergent gameplay. I made a character live on a show with other people rolling, not by myself. Wove a story together thanks to Serving Hands mentioning Schitt's Creek and how she spoke to her wigs. Oh, Catherine, you will be missed. So I love the idea of that. The idea of speaking to my wigs, right? How awesome is that? Then we sing sea shanties to fix our shit. This is amazing. This is something that you don't get in all games. I do think this is something you don't get in the rest of Pirate Borg. Or not Pirate Borg, sorry. The rest of the Borg games. I feel like this brings something you don't normally see. Then they have a robust naval combat. And naval combat and sci-fi combat in games, if you've seen any of my live shows, I talk about how Starfinder was supposed to be 1v1 like Star Trek, maybe 1v2. It switched hands in the development cycle. It became this huge like Armada-based stuff like you saw in Rogue One. It doesn't work. It's 6 actions a ship. The GM's trying to track it all. It's a clusterfuck on a good day. This game, from simple look over, I feel like this works. I feel like this could be fun. Now, in chat, they said it definitely is player-based. Jason said when he ran it, that the players kind of have to be invested. At least that's how I was seeing it. And I think that that is true for all games. But it is as simple or as complex as you want with crew, like crew members, GM running it, or if you're all down, or players getting actions. There's a whole breakdown. Again, remember, back of that box also has it. And they have all the breakdowns for how to run sinking ships, how it works, your crew actions and what they do. But and then, if this wasn't enough, right? If this wasn't enough for you, they also have, as you scroll through, optional rules. Wind rules, changing winds, foul weather. And then we get to the back of the book. We rolled our name, by the way. This is where our name came from. There's an entire index of page numbers where you can find things. These are all hyperlinked. This book is hyperlinked. Hyperlink drink for those who know. And you also have naval combat and a cheat sheet. This is also in here as well. The very back of the book has this gorgeous art. Look. Let's give you a recap. What do I think about the Player's Guide, this gorgeous box set, and what do I think it is worth to you? If nothing, I'm honest when I do this. Here's the negatives. You have to play pirates. If that is not what you want to play, don't pick up a game called Pirate Borg. I can't say anything else negative. At least not from a first review, and definitely not from everything I heard. Let me give you a behind the scenes. I got to stay with a good friend of mine this year at GaryCon. I just got back from it. I sound like this from sick in that. But him and his son got to play Pirate Borg. This gentleman, along with himself, me, and other amazing designers, helped bring Razor Coast to light. Nick Logue's idea and published by Frog God Games. It is a big sandbox play for pirate stuff. And they had to make pirate rules. We had to go through this process. And they got to play it because Pirate Borg at GaryCon this year was in a fucking water park. And it was amazing. It was my favorite place to play. You could hear it was open. It was great. They got to play it and they raved about the game. My audience, the chat that's here, raved about the game. I can say that Limithron as a company is doing it right and gives a shit. That was our second Kickstarter that delivered all this other stuff we're going to go over. And I am, for those who don't know, going to go over these other things that Free League has sent me. The core book, the GM screen, and then, of course, Down Among the Dead. But I wanted to start with this. And I think this is an amazing box set. It gives you everything you need to play. It's got dry erase pieces, tokens to run it, and adventure. This is an easy game to get people involved. And if you want to sit down and play, I think if you've read the rules, you can be sit down and playing with characters made in under 30 minutes. This is a true box set. It is a starter set made to get you into Pirate Borg. If you're looking for a board game to play that is a riot, I think this is where I would start. I played a lot of other Borgs. I love Vastgrim for sci-fi. Also a board-based game. I really enjoy Cyborg. But I think this is the sexiest version I've seen. So that is it for me on this lovely recording for all of you. But don't go fucking running. I got some stuff to ask you all. It's very simple. First off, I want to give thanks today. Not like crazy thanks, but thanks that matter. Thanks that matter to the Patreon members. These people make it all possible. The toe tags and the people who are a part of Patreon that make sure that I can keep doing what I do. It's these motherfuckers. If you want to join my Patreon, right now you get access to Athantia Living's document for as I'm getting ready to publish that. You also get access to Breachers, and you can see what is there for my Shadow Dart game. Interviews all over the place, and more coming with Patreon over the year. Why do I put this up at the end of this? Well, I'm in a Kickstarter right now. I was a lead designer for Black Ballad Second Chances, bringing Black Ballad to Shadow Dart as a toolkit. We are over 9,000 in the words of DBZ. Go check it out. There's a link down below. I do want to say thank you to the audience that was here today during the live recording of this. And of course, thank you to Limithron and the amazing people at Free League for sending this to me and letting me open my mouth and say whatever shanty shit I want to say about the game. I hope this helps you make a decision to buy the game. There is an affiliate link down below for the digital, but I highly recommend you pick up the physical. Stay fucking rotten, creeps. Until my live show, stick around for a few more minutes. All right, recording is done. Stopping this recording. That's how I do those little recaps. Dude, this is amazing. This is a really good piece. I feel like I missed out not being a part of this Kickstarter. I don't get that FOMO very often, but this is awesome. I'm really excited to look over this. Because this, baby, my favorite character, two characters in League of Legends. Yeah, I know. League of Legends. I love Pike and I love Alawi. And those are the two things I think of when I look at this stuff. I'm excited to open this. And I'm excited to dive into this. I also love this back art piece. The crab claw. Sexy. This is really good, everybody. We're going to be going through a lot of this over the course of April. Reminder to everybody. I will be live tomorrow for Breachers Co-op. We haven't done that in a while. I want to get back into it. We're doing Breachers Co-op tomorrow. Here's the rundown of things going on this week for everybody to remember. Are you ready? Are you ready? Monday night, we did second episode of Athantia Season of the Cult. Ignore the audio problems at the end. That was YouTube fucking me in the face. The show is amazing. We're on our second episode. Third will be next week with a guest star. Today was Corpse Talk Live, going over all this stuff. Tomorrow will be Breachers Co-op Live. You guys play along with me, and we play Breachers and Shadowdark, Sofix, and Yule. Tomorrow, we're doing something special. If you are local to Milwaukee, the gala for the Dragon Sandbox Co-op is this Saturday. It's at Chef's Table, 4-course meal. There's a VIP ticket. It's for the next level players. If you are a next level player and you watch this, go get your fucking ticket. I'll be one of the GMs there, along with many other talented people, running this 4-course dinner, along with the dignitaries, and launching our new season for Dragon Sandbox. For the rest of you, we'll be back Monday with a live show, 8 p.m. for Athantia Season of the Cult, off the first week of April as I get everything ready for what we do. Comments down below, anything that you like on the show, questions that you have, I will make sure that I answer them. But that is it for us on the live show. Remember, everybody, stay fucking rotten, share with your friends, and if nothing else, don't get this sickness. But I do wish it on my enemies. Have a great day, everybody.